Shout out for the doggo. Shout out for the doggo in the video trailer.
Welcome along, everybody, to today's stream. It is an exciting one. It's the big one you've all been waiting for.
Is it AD, right?
It is. Welcome to the West Balkans Release stream. My name is Alex. I'm a community manager here at SCS Software. Great to be with you today. Joining the studio live from Prague, we have Namiro, our PR and marketing manager.
Hey, everyone.
He's just underneath me. Are you okay down there? Am I squashing you, bro?
Yeah, sorry, man.
There you go. There we go. That's
different angles. We're switching angles now. We pro studio.
We're prepared today. We are. We got everything going on. And also joining us as well, our first special guest as well, Thomas, our video maker of the beautiful trailer that you just saw there for the West Balkans DLC. Thomas, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
That's good. It's an exciting day, isn't it? It really is. A lot of good energy. And of course, loads of you tuned in from around the world here today for the release of the West Balkans. And it's been a long time coming, but man, it's exciting.
Sorry, Alex, to jump into your speech. Benny, can you please raise up the volume for Alex a little bit? Just a little bit.
Yeah, you might need to bear with us a little bit, chat. But we're trying a new sound technique, you know.
Yeah, because chat, if you notice, we are not wearing headphones today. Ooh. So we are trying new things. So we are actually here in the studio. Even we are listening to Alex through the speakers, which are kind of far from our table here. So I just need our technical wizard Benny to raise the volume of Alex for us here in the studio a little bit.
Well, hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully all of you can hear me at home as well. And of course, to all our lovely colleagues and friends at the SCS Software Studios who are also watching as well from the kitchen, which we're going to bring you live images from as well to celebrate the release of the West Balkans. Of course, loads going on today. Not only do we have special guests, but also we're going to be showing the release live here on stream. And there may even be a few prizes to give away as well. So chat. Let us know where you're watching from in the world, because we love to do the location check.
Location check,
we love to know
from
where everybody is watching from.
And chat, guess what? We can finally set up back the map key in our game.
Oh yeah, because we turned that off. We officially lost the map key for a while, but we can turn that on now. All right, so checking the chat here. We got people watching all the way from New Zealand, Taiwan, Germany, Poland, Slovakia. We got Greece, the Netherlands, Poland, Canada, India, Norway, Turkey, Bosnia, Dortmund, Kentucky, USA, India, Belgium, Spain, Phoenix, Arizona. We got the whole world here with us today. And of course, it's such a great occasion. It's
Mr. Worldwide.
You know, Mr. Worldwide, we are here on the stream. So it's great to have so many of you from watching all of that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And of course, for such a great occasion, the release of the West Balkans DLC for Euro Truck Simulator 2, which is going to be releasing in just a few hours' time, around 7:15 p.m. CEST is the time here local that we'll be releasing it. But you will be with us for this entire stream all the way through until that point. We'll bring you live images from the release of it, and we'll be also there after as well. So stick around because there's lots that's going to be happening during the stream today. But let's get on with chatting with our first guest here. Tomasz, thank you again for your time in being here in the studio with us.
My pleasure.
How's it been today? I mean, it must be quite an exciting day for you to see your trailer and your involvement in the West Balkans.
Yeah, I'm super happy to see the view count. I'm super happy to see the trailer still, even though I saw it like 100 times already.
Are you like checking the views every day in the morning? Like
I do, I have to say, because this one was expected to have a lot of views. So you know, once we hit the 200K, I was like, nice.
we did already?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We've hit over 200,000
Still
views.
counting. Thank you guys so much.
Oh.
Yeah. And Tomasz is a little bit quiet. Can we turn him up? We can turn Tomasz up a bit.
Mic check.
Mic check on the Tomasz.
Mic check on Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Alex, Thomas, Chad. If you want me to drive to some particular area or city of the West Balkans, just let me know. I just always wanted to see the most south part of this upcoming DLC, so I set up the route for me. But I'm your driver for today, so please.
Okay.
Split. I see a lot of Split and Pristina.
I see a lot of that as well.
Can we get a vote, Alex? Can you set up a vote for all the cities in?
That's a lot of cities, right? That's a lot of cities. I mean, we got so many different places and locations included in this DLC, and that can kind of lead on to my first question. With such a large amount of cities and towns, where do you even begin with a trailer like this? Where does, how do you even begin to put it all together? Can you share a little bit behind the scenes for us?
Well, just before that, we always start with the music, so you can get the feel of a trailer. This one was kind of tricky, I have to say. That was the hardest part, to find the right music.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Originally, I wanted to go with something Balkan-ish, but yeah.
So we like ultimately we end up with as you guys probably seen the video trailer like multiple times, just as we do here. We starting with a few seconds of like, let's say, more traditional or classics music.
You like bagpipes?
Yeah, bagpipes. In like some very slow camera movements in some beautiful scenic, nature related or more to nature focused locations, and then a different music hits and we start like basically like leading you through the DLC and so on, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it makes complete sense because a lot of people were making the comments when we were watching the trailer, like, "Hey, it's so perfectly synced to the music. It looks so good. All the different transitions and stuff that you had, and it makes sense that you start." So, was there a lot of different contenders for the music? Like, did you have to go through a lot of different songs and stuff to find the right one?
We had like 3 different rounds. Let's say the first round was like a Balkan style music. The second one was like generic music, because there was a comment that music shouldn't like overshadow the map. It should complement the map, right? So then I found some like generic ones, but it wasn't epic enough.
I think like actually the second music in the final trailer was not actually in the list of the third round, right? But then we like kind of suddenly found that as another option. We were like, okay, if none of even these from the third round are like nailing it for us, then what about this one? And then immediately everyone who was in the review check for the music, or the judges, or how to call them, were like, okay, I like this one. So we were like, okay, let's try it with this one. And then kind of Thomas did the magic and came up with a beautiful cut and edited like trailer together to this music.
That's
I
awesome.
had to tweak
That's
the
really
music a bit, so it's like 2 minutes. Originally it was like 3 minutes long.
Oh, so you cut it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the way we do it, we split the song into different sections, and you wanna put different type of landscape into that part of music. So we do like industry, nature, cities,
Oh yeah, that
road network, and so on.
I believe that the community might be interested into getting more about like that process. Like, do you usually like listen to the music, like maybe the final cut and edited version, you know, the one that we are sure that okay, this is the version we are going to go for the trailer with, and then like as you listen to it, do you already see like which part do you plan to later like dedicate to the nature zones or locations? Then as the flow of the music goes, then you will probably get into the cities. Then maybe as it oh my god, I need to turn on my lights. And as you move through the song, then as it graduates, maybe you put something for that part as well, or how that goes.
It's quite tricky because the calm part you associate with nature, but also the nature is the most epic one. So you want to somehow start and end with it. That's what I did in this one, because the music was calm in the beginning, so I was like, I want to have some like a remote road network, smaller roads. Then it progresses, so I want to have highways, roundabouts, something like that. And as the progression goes, you want to just like go with it as well. I knew the parts I want to have for different sections. The industry one starts with like a boom, you know, so you have those like huge cranes.
Yeah, I love
Right,
that part.
right.
I love that part, yeah.
Yeah, it all gets kind of pieced together in your mind, which must take quite a lot of work. Very quickly, though, before we move on to the next question here, Nimo, can you do us a favor? Are you able to turn down the in-game sound a little bit? Apparently, like the in-game sounds.
Turn down or turn up?
Turn down, if that's
Down.
okay. We're getting some
Got you.
feedback that it should be going a little bit further down because
Like
they can't hear us too well.
Like
maybe like 30, 35%.
Come on, man. It's 28. What's the difference
Okay,
between 28
we'll try it.
and
We'll try it. Try it. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Just so that the chat can hear us a little bit better. Chat, let us know if that's okay. We'll see if that works out okay. All right. Good stuff. So yeah, I mean, all of those little music pieces that you put together, and we actually saw that. We're jumping forward a little bit, but with the teasers that we were putting out on our social media, which you also had your hand in creating, where you kind of separated the audio tracks, right?
Yeah.
Where you just had just certain instruments, certain layers of the music to kind of highlight different areas. That was a really cool idea. You know, was it quite hard to do that, or quite an easy process?
Well, luckily we were supplied with all of the instruments separately as well. So we had separate voices, drums, guitar, strings. Yeah, so the idea came from that as well. So, but in general, once we know the different sections for the music track, we create a timeline with the amount of shots in each section, and we have a meeting with the map designers. In this case, it was Michal and Prokop. They did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Massive shout out.
Shout out to them.
Big shout out.
Because like Chet, you know, like for us in our team and for Thomas, like we, even though like through the production of any map DLC, we do a lot of, you know, short videos on our social media platforms, basically with any of the marketing communication topics we do. For example, like new industry, nature, water bodies, you know, these topics we try to keep serving you every week or every few weeks. So we kind of see a lot of the DLC through the production, and Alex, I believe you can also agree on that with me, that you also always learn a lot about the DLC through the production.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But at the end, we are not those who knows it like back and forth, like like the map guys, you know, who are building that. So when we are creating a map DLC video trailer, we need their help a lot. Like we need them to tell like which is the most iconic or landmark location, which is the most like industry heavy locations, you know. So it's always them who are providing us the list of coordinations for the most beautiful locations, and we also don't know like which of the like industry prefabs are going to be new with this DLC, you know, and what already have been in the Iberia DLC, for example. So if it would be like solely on us, it might end up with a few footage that would probably be nice to see, but it would be showing like, for example, like prefabs that already appeared in Iberia or something like that, and we need the map guys to tell us where to go with the camera, basically. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask a little bit more about the process behind the film, because obviously we have quite a few budding content creators and people who make their own videos in the game as well, and people absolutely love the kind of camera angles and movements and change of day and night transitions as well they've been getting. Can you kind of go in a little bit more into the process about how you film those kind of shots?
Yeah, of course. So we get the map locations, the coordinates from the designers, and there's quite a lot of creative freedom, I have to say, even with project like this. So I'm not sure if you're familiar, but the way our tool works, we have like 2 keyframes, let's say, and we create the camera paths
between them, like
yeah.
So maybe I can like try to simulate that a little bit. Like,
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
You can like
imagine
that this flying is like basically similar to what our video makers do, and they are able to put the camera where they want and like mark this location, for example, as a keyframe 1, right?
Yes.
And then you want to set up also the ending position of the camera, which is like keyframe 2.
Yes.
And then as you have set up these 2 positions, then you can also adjust the movement of the camera on the way from keyframe 1 to keyframe 2, like how
you can adjust the speed.
Yeah, how fast it's gonna move, how FOV or depth of view gonna be changed during the if it's gonna rotate a little bit and something like that.
Yeah. You can also have a track point, so you're pretty much like orbiting around one spot that's always in the center.
And then how it actually goes when you have everything set up, and then you also need to bring the life into the locations, like which in our game means the AI traffic or the player's truck. So I believe how you put the AI into the roads, and how you decide. I mean, do you even sometimes have the way how to decide that, okay, I want a yellow sedan car, or I want red truck hauling a yacht or whatever?
Yeah, of course. We can put whatever AI we want, like whatever. It's kind of random. It's grouped in the categories. It's cars, trucks, light trucks, heavy trucks, police, ambulance, fire, trams, trains.
Can trains be spawned on the road?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it needs to be on tracks. But yeah, once everything is set up, we just put the AI vehicles in. Since this is a map video, it's mostly AIs. It's just maybe 2 shots of me driving personally. It's the one that you can see from the cabin and the one before.
But I believe like...
Oh, and also the one in the narrow streets. That was fun.
And also the one on prefabs, because...
Oh, yeah. You cannot spawn AIs on prefabs.
Yeah. So
makes sense.
How that works, like for the shots when you need to be driving, where's the camera? You still have the camera like this, for example, but you need to drive it like, and kind of like be able to determine where to turn and how quick you should turn to make the truck still look like it's believable in the scenario, and it drives like it should be.
That's where rear view mirrors with F2 key.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't work with once you create the path, those F2 rear view mirrors work. So that's a good reference. Also, I put steering sensitivity on very low setting, so the truck is not twitchy. Because once we grab the footage, it's grabbing like 3 megabytes PNGs. And
So it's like it's not like recording like a screen of your display or like capturing your screen. It's actually the final footage is just a sequence of shots, right?
Yes, it's an image sequence, and you can say how many shots do you want. So in the trailer there is like a super slow-mo shot, and I put 240 frames per second for that. So I was able to like slow it down 4 times pretty much.
Right, almost like a little bit of a stop motion then, right? Would you explain it kind of in that sense, or?
Yeah, but the amount of time it takes to grab such a footage, oof.
Yeah, like I imagine.
20 minutes to grab a 5-second shot in 240 frames per second.
And you are using a keyboard or you all of you are using wheels or?
It depends. It depends. If I want to go perfectly straight, I will be on the keyboards. But if I want to do small turns, it's way better to be on the wheel.
Because you want that smooth kind of movement, right?
Yeah,
it's very natural and smooth.
Yeah, that's where also small steering sensitivity comes in handy.
Yeah, that's also the way for me. Like when I'm recording the gameplay videos, like I couldn't be doing that on a keyboard. Like, I mean, there is nothing wrong with playing our game on a keyboard, and I do that on sometimes in my free time as well. But when you want to make the truck, turn to be looking like the turn is smooth, and even maybe during the turn you still want to like imitate that you are looking around the cabin, and you want to even that movement of the head of the driver to be smooth as well. You need to either a steering wheel or the Xbox controller, for example.
Got it. And would you say that's like one of the more challenging aspects of creating these trailers, or what would you say is the most challenging part?
When you have to drive the truck through the maybe if you wanted to drive on a roundabout with some like heavy cargo. Good luck.
I see. Yeah,
I saw Benny do it once, and he was losing his mind.
How many takes would you say it can take for something like that? Quite a few different takes, or?
Yeah. What I usually do, I can do like a 90-degree turn from some prefab or something, where you go like between 10 or 20 kilometers per hour. So you just twist your steering wheel, and then you just go straight. You know where to spawn the truck, how much do you need to twist the wheel, and you just go straight and it does the turn for you pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, from the trailer, it just makes it look so easy. When you see these trailers and gameplay videos, you just think, oh, it looks so easy. They're just driving and they record it and that's it. But it's amazing just to see how much work is going behind, these trailers and how many people are involved. And actually, speaking of that, there's a team of people that kind of work on videos here and there. But for this trailer specifically, so much were you working just yourself on that trailer, or was there a multitude of people that were also assisting you in this as well?
From the video crew, it was only me. I went back and forth with Namiro a lot of times. And then we have a couple of feedback sessions, even a meeting.
Yeah, because like we kind of explained already that we are not the ones who know the product, the DLC the most.
Right. Yeah.
So even when the footage is done and composed together, like for some kind of like pre-final draft or how to call it, we still need other guys to review it, to check it, and to tell us like, okay, this is great, but at the shot at 38 seconds, there is still an old model of a building. Nowadays it looks different there. So please, guys, update and update the project and re-record that footage. Or we might, agree that some particular part of the trailer might be too dark, or that location looks even better from a different angle, you know, so it's like bouncing back and forth and iterating from the first draft until the final beautiful like video trailer.
Right, yeah, and this actually might be a bit of an opportunity for you, Tomasz, to kind of toot your own horn, because I heard that this was quite a smooth kind of production. Like you got it done actually quite a lot quicker than a lot of people expected, right? This is your chance to brag a little bit, right? Yeah,
it was our new internal record, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah,
but the worst part was the music. So I think it made up for the smoothness of grabbing all the footage and stuff. So
got it.
It was like 2 weeks in total.
it was like 10 days. I would say.
It was 1 week
Wow.
for the first version for myself, and then we had we had some back and forths. So yeah,
I think that's still an impressive time, though. What, about 2 weeks, you said, to kind of start to finish? That's pretty incredible.
Once you have the music, the
Yeah.
vision is there, and you're just hyped to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, also
get
need
it
to
done.
need to repeat again that, you know, massive shout out to Michal and Prokop, because like sometimes it's quite hard to gather the list of, you know, potential locations that we might, you know, pick from, but this time it was like perfectly prepared for us, listed, described, you know, and they were always ready to even help us, like, you know, they were ready to even I don't know, you know, helping us checking the locations, making sure that this building is actually the latest update of this building and everything. So massive shout out to them again.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, because of course, while you're making this trailer, this is taking place, you know, quite a few weeks or maybe even months before we actually release these trailers closer to the time. So everything's still work in progress, right? So there's, you know, you only got certain areas maybe you can work in, and is that a challenge in itself as well?
Well, you have to be very careful, because the way we film these shots is not the way you're gonna see the map from the cabin, right? So a lot of it is not optimized for like flying with a drone. You wouldn't fly a drone in our map, but it would be cool view, right?
Right.
So you need to be really careful.
Yeah, but
yeah, because obviously some things are still being worked on.
yeah, sometimes
There might
like
be a few gaps.
sometimes like a drone shot might even look beautiful for us, but sometimes we or our guys like Thomas here get with the camera so high or so far from the location that the models, that the code of the game start like unloading the models, you know, in the distance, so they were like start disappearing on the screen for you. So it's always also balancing back and forth on what the game actually allows you to do.
Absolutely, yeah. And speaking a bit more of the trailer chat, I want to ask you, I imagine most of you now in the chat and those watching have seen the trailer. If you haven't, then either you turn off to the stream late, or you need to get over to YouTube and watch it for sure. youtube.com/SCS software. But for those who have seen the trailer, and we showed it at the start here of the stream as well, do you have a favorite part, chat? Let us know if there's like a part that sticks out to you.
Yeah.
I really like the zipline
Doggo.
part. I think
The doggo.
the dog, of course.
The doggo.
The dog, of course.
10 out of
Huge.
10,
I
best
love it.
game of the year.
Exactly that. You know, and I wanted to ask Thomas, do you have a favorite part of the trailer that you enjoyed creating or coming up with?
I especially like the dog part. It was super random, because I knew the location from one of the social media videos, but the dog wasn't there just yet. And when I revisited the location for night footage, it just had to be there, right?
Right.
Yeah, I like
I'm not releasing this trailer without it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the whole part in the night.
Yeah,
I love the nature.
I love the transition how you made from the day to night. It even the music has some kind of a like moment that it kind of works for me. Like if you would hit the switch for the light.
Yeah. It feels like that.
I really like that, and I really love just how in the trailer as well, it seems like a lot of shots are nicely grouped together, like cities and nature, and industries and everything like this as well.
Tall buildings,
like you kind of grouped them together with nice transitions. and it was really nice to see that kind of creative work at play there, because I think it really made the trailer special and pop, and it was really, really good. It's a really nice trailer, and the chat obviously agrees here as well. Everyone's saying here, a lot of them are saying the dog is their favorite part, but also the zip line, the train passing, the narrow roads, people here saying as well. So lots of people really love it as well. Someone here, 14K Stig, the transitional modes from day to night with the music hitting the peak as the video goes through the middle is crazy. See, people loving that. People loving that.
Yeah,
feedback.
I love it as well, I have to say. I'm still not sick of it.
That's good. You can watch it some more.
Do you like, because like this was like your first like big map DLC video trailer, right? But
like first of my own. I helped.
Yeah, okay.
I helped
true.
on Montana with Benny. So
okay,
I've been here for like a year and a half, but we knew for a year pretty much that I'm gonna be working on the West Balkans. So Nemiro wanted me to be involved with some meetings for other DLCs already, so I get the idea how is the whole process. So I helped on Montana a little bit, and I helped on Texas with this map animation.
Ah, true.
But other than that, I did some track videos. I did Man.
Yeah,
I did Volvo VNL.
You also do a lot of the SCS on the road episodes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the very first SCS on the road.
Yeah,
and how was that?
Yeah, back to my question. Like, do you like more doing the like small and short like videos for the the particular topics, or SCS on the roads, or this big massive like project?
Well, for past few months I've been doing all combined, and it's so nicely balanced that I enjoy every part of it pretty much.
Okay.
But it's nice. So these social media videos, it takes just a couple of days max to produce. The big projects also for trucks is like weeks maybe. Same as SCS on the road, but it's nice to change from the in-game footage to real-life footage, then to go back to simpler videos. The balance is there, of course. I don't have a favorite. I like doing everything as long as it's balanced. Okay. I was very lucky with the balance for the past few months.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before the stream about it, but a lot of people have been enjoying the On the Road series. If you haven't checked that out already, that's also on our YouTube. Really cool series. Lots of great places.
Before the stream, we were just talking, Alex, that do you know that the Scania Museum one, it has over 50K views now.
That's wild, isn't it?
I was not aware of that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's such a great little video with so much to learn as well.
Yeah.
But we've been to so many other places, and we got lots of other places that we'll be visiting and sharing with you as well. I know there's a lot in the future planned. We got things ready to go out in the near future as well. So it's quite an exciting series for sure. But I imagine that takes kind of a different kind of skill, Tomasz, going from the virtual camera to the real life camera, with audio equipment and lenses and such like that. Yeah. Would you say some of it translates over, or is it a completely different ball game?
It's a way different ball game. So the game counts, let's say, shutter speed and the aperture and ISO and everything for you automatically. Meanwhile, with the camera, you have to do everything manually to get the best result.
Right.
So prior experience with the camera equipment is required, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of like run and gun, getting the best shot. It's not like sitting on a chair and you can film the single path as many times as you want.
Yeah.
I mean that's
I was gonna say
that's gonna be quite an advantage for the in-game videos, right? You can control the time. Like if you miss the perfect like part of the day for the light, you can just hit a few comments and you have the time of the day back again.
I think that'll be every filmmaker's dream if they had
probably.
a real life command console in real life.
You can also change. You can also change weather. You can also change, the clouds on the sky.
Yeah, I don't think we have the budget, unfortunately, for the you know, the big studio sets that bring in the fake rain and the fake snow and all this sort of stuff. They completely change the weather in real life, don't they? So
But on the other hand, like the SCS on the road episodes, like usually take us into like great locations. We can meet amazing people from our, like, you know, from the brands that are in our games, and it's also quite often it's also quite fun as well. I mean, you can tell, Alex, on your own as well, right? You recently was part of some of the upcoming episode. We don't want to spoil that much, but yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't see happen, but the output of it's really, really fun. We're very excited to share with you more about that in the near future, of course. But yeah, the SCS on the road stuff is fantastic. It's good to be able to bring you some really fun and interesting content for our community, for sure. But of course, the big thing right now is the West Balkans DLC. This beautiful part of the world, this region, is stunning. There's just so much to see. I imagine, Tomasz, it was very hard for you and the team to decide on some locations, maybe even cut some out because you couldn't fit it all in at once. I'm not too sure, but I mean, it just seems like you had so much to play with in the sense of, you know, the size of the region.
Yeah, we have to leave out quite a few parts. It's mostly because of the music, right? So each section would be either 8 or 16 shots. And when we do have a meeting, the map designers give us the coordinates and stuff, and we go through them, and we have labels. What do we want to use? What is maybe? What do we don't want to use? So we are trying to pick up the best locations, and the ones that are not picked up, it's not their fault, it's my fault because I didn't fit it in because of the music. So sorry. If I missed your hometown or favorite spot for vacation, I'm sorry. It's music's fault.
Hey, listen, I think the community is going to be okay with it because, of course, they want to explore a lot of the DLC themselves. Of course, we want to showcase some of the best parts of it, but we want to leave a few surprises behind as well. You know, so a few places they can go check out for themselves and see for themselves. And I'm sure the chat is very, very excited to be able to have that opportunity to check out the West Balkans for themselves. There's a reason why they're all here, right, chat? So many of you already watching from around the world,
how
getting ready.
How many people are watching
eager.
us? I believe there was like 1200s before we started.
Over 1,500. That might have gone up now, but over 1,500 people watching. And as the time ticks down, more people are definitely going to be joining us for sure. Of course, the West Balkans DLC going to be releasing at about 7:15-ish time CST. But of course, we're going to bring you all the coverage here live on the stream, no matter in the world where you're watching from. We're going to be with you right to the very end to where we release it as well.
You thought I'm going to miss that stop, right?
Yeah, he
what was
stopped at
that?
the stop sign.
There was a stop sign? I didn't see
and he
that.
stopped.
And I stopped.
Wow.
Shocking news.
A round of applause.
Come on, guys. Don't act like I'm missing all the stop signs every time.
We love it. We love it. You got to look out for these things, though. And that's the thing about driving in different countries. There's different road rules and signs in places that maybe you don't expect it and such like that as well. And yeah, of course, portraying that in a trailer as well, I guess you have to be a little bit careful and look out for areas where you're driving just in case it doesn't look so good on the stream if you accidentally run a stop sign or a red light, right? There might be some confusing road areas where you're driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys, chat, if you've seen one of the videos from early access. We've granted a few of the influencers and media contacts. Like, I believe it was Toast who we retweeted with his video dedicated to the narrow streets of the West Balkans DLC. Yeah, I challenge you guys to reverse through all of them.
And someone's going to do it now that you asked them.
Including you, Darius.
Ooh. What's the prize? Is there a reward?
Glass of water.
Glass of water and bragging rights if you can reverse through all of the narrow streets of the West Balkans. Yes, you got it. You got it. Let us know, chat, if you managed to do that.
There is in the chat, actually.
Yeah, he is. He has no idea. Challenge accepted. There we go. Lots of people saying accepting the challenge, ready to go. Good stuff. Well,
So, Chet,
Nemo's just wrapping up one of his jobs.
Where
here.
should I drive next?
That's a question. Oof, so many locations. I mean,
maybe like to Split, but
everybody was hyped on Split.
Split, but let's take the coast wave here. Like, let's set up.
Oh, you're gonna take like the scenic route?
Woo. Yeah, to Tirana.
Yeah.
Podgorica. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Nikshits. Sorry, Chad, if I'm butchering the names here. But yeah, basically through the coast scenic roads, hopefully.
I think that's a good idea. I like it. I like it. If you don't know much about the West Balkans DLC, it includes 8 different areas: Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Slovenia. So there's so many places you can discover. 8 captivating countries, 14 explorable cities, 30 vibrant towns. There's so much to see on your travels through the West Balkans.
And a doggo.
Well, there might be more than one. Is there more than one? I don't know.
There is more than one. I only used one.
Spoilers. Oof, man, more than one dog. Yeah, exciting. So make sure if you haven't already, add it to your Steam wishlist, chat. It really does help. Massive thank you to everybody that has been so loyal in keeping the West Balkans in their Steam wishlist for quite a while, since it was we had our last release DLC. So thank you so much, everybody, for your support, and of course for being here today. We know it's such an exciting time to be able to release the West Balkans DLC, of course. So Thomas, we wanted to ask you, we know you've been working on the West Balkans DLC trailer, and it's such a beautiful job, but maybe if you can, of course, maybe you can give a little hint or something, up to you, but what do you think you'll be working on the next project?
Well, I'm already working on some more SCS on the road episodes. We're going to Sweden next week again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nemiro and Oski.
Shout out to Oscar.
Shout out Oski Dubrovski.
Such a good nickname.
Yeah.
We're going to be calling him that from now on, chat.
Yeah, Oscar, sorry, we just officially renamed you.
That's now in law written. That's legal.
You should set up an appointment at your local government to change your ID.
Okay. So some exciting travels.
Yeah, so mostly on the road, and we have a water event coming out very soon.
Yeah, true.
We do. Yeah, I mean, there's actually an event for the West Balkans as well, right? And not just the West Balkans.
It's already out.
That's
already out. I know.
It's gonna start
today.
with the DLC.
It is,
but
yeah.
There are going to be more World of Trucks events.
There is, yeah. But if you haven't seen out about that one already, ooh, nice little hint. Getting a bit spooky. I think.
Chat, if you will go to visit any shop around you and see the decorations there, you will probably get a hint what events are coming for us, right?
I mean, that could be a bit of a mixed message, because there's like multiple holidays in my shop right now. The Mariah Carey holiday.
Deliver her CDs around Europe and American Truck Simulator.
We're not joking, chat. That's the real thing. No, but you could probably take the hint. But of course, we do have the West Balkans cruising event, but it's not just West Balkans, right? It's a bit of a different one. We're going to be doing Cruising the Balkans. Is the one event that's be coming out with
for the first
today.
time actually going to include also the other DLC, the Road to the Black Sea. Yep.
Yeah. So there's going to be, I believe, a bigger goal, because you guys always smash it. Like, honestly, you're so quick to get to it. We urge you to take your time on this one. You can find out all the details at our blog.scssoft.com. But it's going to include both West Balkans and Road to the Black Sea for this World of Trucks event, because it's all part of kind of like the Balkans region. And the community goal, I think it's correct me if I'm wrong.
That was close.
Is it 300 million kilometers? I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. 300 million kilometers. Yeah. Whew. That's gonna be a big goal. So, and then you have to deliver to West Balkans DLC 15 unique cities and 15 unique cities in the Road to the Black Sea DLC as well. So it's a big task at hand. But chat, We believe in you. We believe that you can do it. There's some really cool rewards up for grab as well, including some paint jobs, both for your truck and trailer, which are really nice. Also feature some wolves on it, I believe.
Yes.
Is it a wolf or... Yeah, they look really good. You got some hanging ornaments, and of course, you got your personal achievements as well. You can find that all out at blog.scssoft.com. You can find the links there, or once West Balkans releases, it'll be at watertrucks.com as well. So definitely get involved in that. See, Absuad saying 300 million is going to be easy. Okay. How long do you think the community will do it in?
A week.
Should we make some predictions? A week?
No. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, Nemo says 2 weeks of 300 million kilometers. What do you think, Tomasz?
I think they're gonna smash it in a week.
Oh,
A
okay.
week?
They didn't get DLC for ages, so they're gonna smash it.
True.
But Chad, there
And
is
Chad,
no
what
need
do
to
you think?
rush it. Like you know, just take your time, enjoy the DLC, explore it. You know, there's no time to rush. No. There's no
No.
need to rush it.
There's no need to rush. No, there's not. You know, as long as you hit your personal and community goals, you'll definitely get the rewards as well there. But I mean, they're all saying maybe 1 or 2 weeks because they're very hyped for the DLC. So I mean,
That's true.
if it happens, it happens. 24 hours? No, I don't know about that, chat. That's a big one. That is a big one for sure. You think a week as well? Okay. We see some good predictions here in the chat. I like it. Well, Thomas, while we have you here, is there anything you want to shout out to anybody in particular? I know we've done a few shout outs already, but is there any shout outs you want to do to some of your colleagues or to the community or anything like that in regards to your trailer?
Yeah, once again, shout out to Michal and Prokop. The DLC is a piece of art, and it was a huge pleasure to be part of the video making for this one. I'm really happy with the result and everything. A shout out to our marketing team.
Hey, shout out.
Hey.
Shout out to our guys.
Shout out.
Nice. That's nice.
Shout out
like
to
it.
my wife and the baby that they gave me a lot of space to finish the trailer ASAP.
That's
So
cool.
massive
That's
shout
cool.
out. My doggo as well.
I like it.
Yeah, and every single person who watched the trailer and enjoyed it.
There you
Do
go.
you have a list
that's,
for
that's
these
all
as
of you,
well?
community.
Yeah. It's gonna be in the credits for the stream.
You had to make a whole nother video for the credits, right? Absolutely. Well, chat, let's get some love in the chat and some positive. If you really enjoyed the trailer and the work that Thomas and everyone else involved had in creating this, then show some love and positivity in the chat. It's great to be able to bring Thomas on from behind the scenes of the trailer, because I think it's the first time we've really had anyone kind of come on to kind of talk more about the trailers and how they created that, right? Yeah,
it's
a bit of a first here, I like it. Look at that. I don't know if you can you see the chat in front of you on the laptop, right?
Oh, so much love for you, man.
All of that is for you, man.
Thank you.
All of that is for you. He is married, by the way, chat. So he's taken. I like it. Well, thank you, everybody. If you haven't checked out that trailer already, please do go give it some likes and some watches over at our YouTube channel. I believe it's the premiere channel video trailer on our youtube.com/SCS software. So you can go there, give it a watch. Make sure you leave a comment and a like as well. It really appreciate it. It's truly a work of art for sure. Absolutely. Well, Nimo, I've got to ask now because we haven't really asked it. How's the drive going in the West Balkans? How are you liking it so far?
It's beautiful. I don't want to sound like I'm like overselling it, but I actually really believe that this is our best map expansion for Euro Truck Simulator 2 like so far. It's so detailed, it feels so fresh and beautiful. I'm enjoying. I don't really mind where I'm driving because like every part of it is beautiful. So it's really great.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of vegetation. It's a lot more green than I thought it was going to be for some reason. I'm not sure why, but loving some of the hills,
Yeah, but
some of the buildings.
even these details, like look at that. Like there is a like.
Is that watermelons?
Yeah, watermelons, and like people are selling vegetable. These ladies selling like maybe potatoes,
cabbage or something. Let's have a look.
I love her shoes.
I like
Gucci
it.
shoes. Gucci shoes. 10
What
out
are
of 10.
those?
What are the?
Yeah.
What are those?
What are those? She's a little bit shy, you know. She knows like there's a lot of people watching her right now, so let's not stress her.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. We like it, but yeah, everything from the architecture down to the vegetation, the roads, you can tell how much detail has been paid attention to. And of course, we'll be talking a little bit more to some guests in the next couple of hours who will be able to talk more about these places and how they were created as well. So very, very excited for that indeed. And look at this. I mean, we've even got a beautiful cityscape here as well as they're coming in all the apartments. It's very colorful, isn't it, actually?
Yeah, you don't really feel like you've seen all of it with this DLC. Like at every turn there is something that, you know, grabs your attention. That's, you know, it's like, oh, there is a dog, or there are two people, you know, they're taking care of the car, or, you know, there is this lady selling her vegetable. Like, it's so detailed, it's amazing.
I don't know, Thomas, if you had much to explore it yourself. I mean, I think you're focused more on the filming, but do you have like a favorite area, or?
I always like the narrow roads. When I have free time, I drive my truck through those, usually mountains and stuff. Not paying attention to speed limit, I have to say.
Are you able to maneuver them well? Like, you didn't get any damage or anything like this, or?
Just look at this area. Like,
not gonna say.
Look at how beautiful and colorful it is.
Oh, you're getting honked at. You are getting honked at. Gotta go. Yeah, the narrow streets. I'm very much looking forward to trying them out for myself, kind of finding some of those narrow roads and maneuvering through them, especially if you have like a big trailer. You gotta be careful. You gotta be on the watch out for this. Look at this, chat. Where are we right now, by the way? We're in
the city of Durrës.
It's Albania,
Durrës?
as far as I know.
Ah, it's very beautiful.
Look at that. Look at how beautiful it is.
Nice street scene.
It also has a very nice port.
This is
in the map.
Very narrow.
Oof.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to get a petition. Maybe we should get Tomas's own little Easter egg somewhere in the map. I think for the West Balkans.
Standing with the camera.
Yeah, we need you with a camera somewhere. We're gonna scan your face, and then put you next to a doggo, and then with a camera. I think that'd be a good idea. If there's not one already, maybe, who knows?
I should be petting a dog because people seem to be bummed that they cannot touch the dog.
That's
I'm
true.
Be representing everyone who wants to pet the dog in the game.
I need to set myself the zoom camera for myself.
Oh yeah, you haven't done that. Absolutely. Mr. Chender says, so many memories from this place. Too many social media videos from West Balkans, which we have already done. Yeah, we've had a lot of blogs and videos, and we've showcased quite a lot, but there's still so much more to see. Absolutely. There's loads of little details and roads and shops and even the life here on the side of the streets, people working. It's very, very cool. I'm liking it a lot. Got the coffee house there. Oh, even a little bit of a speed bump. It's good. Nice. Just makes you want to take it. It just makes you want to go there, right, Chad?
Yeah. Like sit down, have a coffee, you know, just watch the street.
But of course, Chat, you're going to have the opportunity to play this for yourself in just, well, a couple of hours' time or an hour. I don't know what the exact countdown time is. I should probably have that somewhere. It'll probably be very handy. But at 7:15 p.m. CST, roundabout then, we'll be releasing it here live on the stream. But unfortunately, our time has run out here with Tomasz, because time is flying past here. And we're going to be bringing on our second guest on very, very shortly. So we do need to swap people around. Tomasz, thank you again for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the stream. Thank you for coming on. Your first time as well. It's great to have you. And thank you for sharing all of your knowledge and expertise and behind the scenes on the trailer. It's been super interesting. It's been really, really good. And thank you again for your beautiful creation on the trailer. We look forward to seeing more of your content in the future. So definitely subscribe to our social media and YouTube channels to see all of that as well. Chat, let's get some positivity as well for Tomasz. And yeah, thank you. If anything else you would like to say to our community before you go?
Thank you guys for watching the trailer. Thank you guys for watching the stream, and enjoy the rest of it. and enjoy the DLC.
Yes. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. Well, guys and girls, we're going to be taking a quick 5-minute break here to switch around some guests, but do not go anywhere because the stream's not going to be turning off. You'll see us there. We're going to be switching around, and we'll be back with our second guest here in just a moment's time. So see you again soon. BRB.
See you.
Yep.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Hello.
If you're just joining us, welcome along to the release stream of the West Balkans DLC. My name is Alex, coming to you live from the UK. We've got Namiro, PR marketing manager, again, just stuck below me for some reason. There you go.
I was trying to hide behind you, man.
Come on, man. You've been on for an
Hey,
hour,
everyone.
It's
Hey,
no need to be
everyone.
embarrassed. So yeah, Namira here, our driver for the day. And we're also joined by Prokop, the ETS2 map DLC
And
lead.
we have an echo
for
here.
West Balkans. Oh, do we have a bit of an echo?
Yeah, we have an echo here. Benny, can you fix it, please?
Okay. Hopefully we'll get that sorted here. But Prokop, it's great to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's great to have you along on such a great day. It must be very exciting for you and your team. How are you feeling so far?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm so glad that I can be here and finally present the newest DLC that we worked on. Yeah, it was quite a long time that we sorry.
No problem, man.
I'm
Take it
not
easy.
really used to
Take
speaking.
it
to-
easy.
You're good.
We're chilling here, chatting.
Yeah, it was a long journey to getting here, and we are so glad that we can finally present it and release it for
And
everybody to
I
enjoy.
must say, man, you and your team, you just nailed it. Like I really love every single kilometer I drive through the new DLC. It's amazing.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful part of the world, and you've really crammed so much details and really just brought it to life, which is really fantastic to hear. Really quickly, we're able to adjust Prokop's mic a little bit. The chat's asking just to maybe bring it a bit closer.
And
I
I'm
think
still
he's-
hearing some kind of a echo here or sound of the game of the truck. Like
We'll get it sorted here.
It was working
In a minute.
so nicely for the first part of the stream. Benny, can you make it happen that again, please?
We'll try and get the sound issue sorted. Yeah.
And I was like quiet or something.
No, you probably maybe like.
How's he sounding?
Chat, let us know. Is Prokop mic better now, or
Is it better? Should I say something else?
you can also read? Oh, whoa! I should keep my eyes on the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Still quiet? No change?
quiet.
Still the same?
Benny, can you raise the volume on my Prokop's mic a bit, maybe?
I'm looking at the comments. Don't
Sounds
see
are good.
anything.
Still quiet. A bit quiet.
How's
We're
that,
working-
chat? There's a
we're
bit of a
working
delay
on
now.
it.
Oh,
We're working on it.
good. There we go. Everyone's saying it's good now.
It's good. It's good.
Perfect.
Better? Okay.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well,
Hope I didn't broke the mic.
no. I don't think you did at all.
It's kind of falling
But yeah, I
down
was just
a
saying.
bit.
Well,
It's
maybe I
Okay.
need
a
to-
bit, yeah.
So-
I will try to.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, good stuff. Right, so before this truck crashes into the wall. Hey! Yep. Oh no.
Sorry
there we
about
go.
that.
I
That's fine.
wouldn't be able
Let's
to save
restart.
it either because I don't have a driving license.
Me neither, man.
Awesome.
Well, let's restart a little bit here, chat. Well, we're joining here with Prokop, our ETS2 map lead, who's been working on the West Balkans DLC, and it's so great to have you here as well. Of course, I was just saying about how much detail you and your team have been managed to cram into the DLC, how you've really brought this DLC to life, and so many people are so surprised at just how beautiful it looks. And honestly, it must be really nice for you and your team to reach this point, to see the kind of the reactions from the community and how positive they've been so far.
Yeah, definitely. We are so glad that we are actually finishing with this project already because it was a long journey. It was one of the most complicated DLC probably for the ETS, like ETS and ATS both. Because even if it's not the largest, it's definitely the densest DLC. And since our engine is not really made for doing stuff this dense, it was quite hard to actually put it in game and make it work as much as it does. So we hope it's all right. and
So,
and it works for everybody because there were tough times during the development. So I hope it was worth
I
it.
think we'll definitely get into some of those like comparisons pretty soon and how challenging it was. But I wanted to ask you for those who maybe aren't familiar with some of your work, maybe you could share with the community maybe some of the last DLCs that you've worked on that have already been released, and maybe if you're able to talk a little bit more about the comparison between those and this one now.
Yeah. I was working in SCS since release of French DLC, but it's a long time. And I was leading the Iberian DLC, and compared to the Balkans, the Iberia was huge, it's large, biggest DLC back then. But working on the Balkans, it was something pretty much completely different. I thought that I know what I'm going into, but it was something else completely. Like the countries are completely different. The map itself, it's something else because Iberia has a lot of highways, cities that are very modern, renovated with ring roads and very good infrastructure. And the Balkans is something completely different. It's mostly country roads. There is a lot driving through the cities, sometimes even the centers of the cities, which on the previous DLC we almost never got to the centers, just like for example Tirana here.
You recognize it like.
Yeah, I spent like more than a year here, so yeah, I do. But on Iberia, I actually was able to recognize pretty much all the parts, and on this, since like we had I think even bigger team than on Iberia, I am still finding new places that I didn't see before that, and
Wow.
I was like leading it and consulting with people all the time. So yeah, it's really huge, really dense.
I was going to say, I imagine it presented a lot of new challenges, coming from, like you're saying, with Iberia, with a lot more highways to this sort of road network and how dense it is. And, would you say that it was very, very difficult to kind of recreate it on the scale that we have?
Of course, it was. There is 8 countries. Iberia was just 2, but just the sheer amount of like assets that we had to manage for this DLC, to create requests, to create. There was I think third of all traffic signs was created for this DLC alone.
Wow.
From the whole ETS, because it was like 8 times. Or
Like
every country has its own set. Yeah, and also quite a lot of these countries are like coming through a change because there is a booming constructions all over the Balkans. So even some places that we started working on, we knew that when we started working on this DLC, some of the parts that are in the map right now were not even built yet. So we were like trying to find visualizations, construction plans, when it will be actually finished. So when we release it, it's already like opened. It was the Peleshats Bridge that was opened I think this spring. There is the only highway in Montenegro, which was also open this year, and some few more roads that were like being built or almost open, or some. Actually, we even have one road that's not opened yet in reality.
You're ahead of
Really?
it.
So we are actually ahead, and that is the connection to Hungary around Osijek, because both places, both sides, are kind of being constructed right now, but they didn't manage to finish it before we did. So we are a bit ahead. So I hope it will actually be fine.
That must have been hard, like to find the reference materials for some of the, not just the places or bridges or whatever that it was still in construction back then, but even for the whole regions or countries, right? Because like I believe some part of these regions are not really familiar with like being covered with like satellite images or Google Street View and applications like that. So where did you guys like been gathering the reference material from?
Of course, we tried everything that we could. What Google could offer, fun videos on YouTube. We also had some camera footage from actual trackers that go to the Balkans. So we had dash cam from a real tracker. Of course, some places still couldn't be covered properly, especially the newly opened ones. So our team was went actually for a trip to Balkans. They went through Slovenia, to Croatia, and Bosnia.
Really, I didn't know about that. That's great.
They did. And they took like a 360 camera footage for some of the parts. They got to even to Montenegro, so we had the Montenegro highway in.
That's so cool.
In 360 video, in night when it was raining, so usability was kind of dodgy, but it helped.
Yeah.
But
I can imagine that any sort of information is helpful.
That was fun. I don't know even how some of my people from the map team actually managed to do job this good with references such that were weak like this, because in some places we didn't know. We know how this place look. Probably we should do the place right next to it, but we have no idea how it actually looks. So we did what we can, and we try to choose.
Hats off, man! Hats off! Like really.
We try to choose the most attractive parts, and the lucky part is that there is so much interesting stuff throughout the whole Balkans that we didn't have there was enough to create and to choose from.
Right. I gotcha. It really sounds like you and the team and even the research team as well really had their work cut out for them in terms of gathering references and materials, because for a project of this scale, I imagine there had to be just so much that needed to be gathered and to try collect and to then organize as well, and then to decide. I mean, there must be so many stages at the start to kind of whittle it down to the point of where you know what you're going to start, creating road network wise. It must be quite a difficult kind of process, I imagine.
You are right, very right.
Yeah.
There were a lot of tricky parts, especially for example the border controls, because they pretty much can't be filmed properly. So we were just guessing a bit a lot of times, especially on the borders. So most likely it's not a like realistic one-to-one experience how you would go through the control, especially with a truck. But we tried as much as we could, and the work that we had one guy that was specialized for borders, and he was communicating throughout multiple departments throughout our company, just to manage to actually do the border crossings all right. And by the way, in the middle of the project, when we had most of them already started, some of them kinda advanced, Croatia actually joined Schengen, so they opened all of their borders. And we finally got like really good references from people going through, and that was fun.
I can imagine, just like you mentioned earlier, just the changes that have gone through in the time that you're working on it, and trying to keep it as up to date and to possible, true to life, as you say, which is always a goal, you know, for our teams to make the maps as true to as possible, as you know, the scale and the time allows as well, of course. So honestly, like Nimura said, huge massive props to all of the team, because that must have been just such a momentous task. I can't even imagine where you even begin with that sort of thing, you know, to kind of get it all together. But you know, we've gotten to this point today where we're actually, you know, driving through it, and it's going to be released to the community, and it's just so interesting to see, you know, how many layers are involved in the process of creating a map. And we got to ask, of course, you know, there's so many places that you could explore and see. Was there kind of like a particular area that you really like about the West Balkans, or is it kind of all of it's your baby, you know, you like them all, sort of? You can't choose a favorite, right?
I think like each person in the map team has its favorite place in the map. I think I learned to like Montenegro the most, probably. And it's mostly mountainous country, and I like mountains, so it looks really, really nice as a country as itself, and I would really like to visit it someday. Maybe
yeah, I really hope
summer.
that you can. Yeah, because I think it would be very rewarding for you and members of your team, of course, to kind of see the places that they've worked on in real life. And going back to the mountains, though, that you just mentioned there, that's one thing that's stood out to me completely through a lot of our, you know, blogs and previews and social media videos and stuff, is that, you know, the terrain is so much more rugged in areas than I ever thought it was. I wasn't aware how some areas are so mountainous, you know, and the detail that's been put into a lot of the rocks and the areas and how the terrain looks is really incredible. And I'm not sure if that was you or your team directly involved in that. I imagine there's probably a few other hands in that sort of stuff as well. But could you talk to us a little bit more about how those were created?
Oh well, I kind of don't even know, because
Yeah.
there are multiple people that are really good at creating the landscapes, the mountains, and places like this, and they are so far ahead of me in like making these places that I don't even understand how do they do that actually.
It's magic.
But what I know is it's a lot of work, because the times that we spent on these places, that was insane.
And it goes to show, and I think it's such a beautiful addition. You know, every time we see these mountains in each DLC that we release, they just look better and better, and in so much more detail. And I love that we have such a rugged terrain, you know, in this area, and there's just so many like hilly roads and such like that as well, which is really, really cool to see. But would you say there was an area that was very challenging for you and your team to create? Was there any places that you kind of got a bit stuck on in terms of development?
I think like most of the stuff was really, at one point we were stuck pretty much like in the half of the map, because if there are some modders actually listening to us, if you are brave enough to look into editor how the map actually looks, don't go crazy, because it is really, really, really weird, like Lovecraftian wild. Because since the DLC is in like a really small area, and there is a lot of things, because we wanted to do like justice to all the countries that are there. We used some very, very dirty tricks to actually achieve that, and working inside this map was nightmarish sometimes. I don't understand all the tricks that the mappers used. Even I probably can't understand them if I spend the time here. But in some places, it's really wild, and I don't know how. Like, I think even like when we return to it in a year, we probably won't know what the hell we were thinking when we were creating this, because it's really wild.
Wow, that sounds great though. I mean, at the same time that there's been a lot of new kind of techniques and stuff involved.
Yeah.
And actually, I wanted to ask, you know, how many people were kind of involved on this project? Maybe, you know, your team. Was there some new people, or is it mostly comprised of some kind of older, more senior, experienced people?
it's both because most of the team that work on Iberia under me a few years back, they also work on this, so they were the senior mappers that did the heavy lifting. But we also had quite a few new guys here. Some of them really great guys and fit into the map team immediately, and they started doing incredible stuff. Some of them are still learning or
improving.
Some of them are still improving and
Yes.
help with the more easier parts of the map. Actually, even some people actually left during the production or moved onto some other things. So it's hard to say like exact number, but I think like around 30 people were like the team that actually created this map. And at some point we even got help from our reskin team because they were helping us to finish some of the stuff that was stuck
I see.
behind. So thanks even to them, because they are not just doing great stuff on reskin, but they are also helping with this DLC. And yeah, I think like 30 people on the map team and accountable people from the other departments. And
I mean, it always runs through the whole company, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can imagine that there's always so much movement within your team. It's hard to kind of keep track of who's kind of coming and going at times as well. And that must present some challenges for you yourself as a lead, because obviously when people are moving kind of between different projects and stuff, you have to reassign people and stuff like this as well. It must be quite difficult for you as well.
Yeah. There is an interesting question in the chat, like, Prokop, did you also work on the road to the Black Sea? How do you think East and West Balkans?
I didn't work on the road to the Black Sea. I was actually preparing the Iberia back then.
Okay.
I watched what's being created there, and I had to like learn what was done before we started on the West Balkans, but I actually didn't work on that.
Okay, interesting. But even so, with that, obviously it's kind of like the Balkans region, and you have to kind of work with blending in different areas, like you said yourself earlier, you know, different territories and different regions, and kind of making the blend between kind of more flatlands and mountainous lands in a scale must be quite difficult in itself to kind of make the transitions quite seamless between different countries and different areas, right?
Most of the West Balkans is mountainous, and it's also coastal part. So even from getting from the city that is a port, so on the sea level, 300 meters inside our scale. It was very challenging, and in some places there were some tricks that make it feel like you are like going to the mountains while you are not going that high actually. I hope it works for everybody who plays the game itself, because I think we kinda hit our like ceiling when it comes to map complexity on this DLC. It probably can be like done more complexly than it is right now, because it would like it would force most of the map team into like a mental ward, because it was in all seriousness, this DLC was really tiring and really very stressful for a lot of people, not only in the map team, throughout the company, and I just hope that everybody enjoys it. In the end,
I bet they will, because like I already mentioned here, but I really feel from this the feels I get from playing this DLC is like we never had something this complex, detailed, you know, thought through. It's really great. It's really a great map expansion.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And chat, let's get some positivity and love and and more as well in the chat for Prokop and the team and all those in the West Balkans, because as you can see, there's a lot of work put into this, and it's must be quite relieving for you to kind of get to this point now where it can be released. And you know, the countdown is on, chat. You know, we're releasing in about an hour and 48 minutes time, so the team are rightly so, just, you know, enjoying their time, a little bit of a break, some nice drinks and food, I imagine, out in the kitchen, out somewhere with everybody that's watching right now as well. We'll be bringing you some.
There's actually
in the kitchen.
There's actually a party going on, right? Did it start already?
I think
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to give a shout out to 2 team members that didn't actually had the opportunity to attend the party. Because they are working remotely.
Okay.
And
please do, yeah.
they are actually one has a ill member of his family, and other is ill himself, so they weren't able to come to the office today. So greetings to Pavel Ostrovsky and Anis Kanev, that did a tremendous job on this DLC too, and
shout out to them. Yeah,
shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Big thank you. Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Of course, we have members from all over the place working for SCS Software, you know, in the office and around as well. So it's great to have so much expertise and skills and involved in these sort of projects. And it really shows, you know, when you're driving down the road here, you can really see how all of the teams that are involved have come together, from the vegetation team, who like to call themselves the vegetable teams for some reason, all the way down to the signs, you know, the road network signs and everything as well, and the rocks and the terrain and the road networks as well. And it just really has come together so nicely. I know that detail was a big factor for you to really kind of bring, you know, the culture and the cities and the towns to kind of life, with the landmarks and the networks and the narrow roads. And we've even seen as well today as we're driving, you know, even, you know, some older ladies selling some vegetables on the side of the road and stuff like this, you know, really just to show, you know, the culture there and how it is. And I imagine that was very important for you to kind of include those details.
Yeah, like 8 countries, 8 different cultures, so we try to do as much as we could, and primarily not do anything like wrong, because that would like words escape me. Sorry. But we wanted to do justice to all the countries. It was kind of hard because there is a complicated history in this region. And I hope we did a good job for all of them. We already know about one small mistake that we actually did and will come in the release today, but it will be fixed soon.
You mean the name of
Slovenia?
Yeah.
In Slovenian translation, it's actually there is a typo.
There's a typo in the name. So
we are really sorry. It will be fixed as soon as possible, but for today's release, it will be a bit wrong. Sorry about that. I hope it's the only one that we actually.
I'm sure everybody, you know, will look over that, you know, for how beautiful and how much work has gone into this DLC, for sure. But it's good that we recognise that, and a fix is already on the way, so that's good to hear. But there was a comment up here that really made me laugh a little bit, actually, in the chat. I don't remember who it came from. Here we go. It's from Kavam saying the old lady selling the vegetables on the side of the road is part of the OG vegetable team. There you go.
Definitely.
a bit of canon or lore for you there. You know, one of the original members of the vegetable team. I love it. That's really good. And actually, I wanted to ask, have you had the opportunity to visit any of these countries in real life for yourself at some point?
Yeah, They did a trip. You've been
the trip.
I wasn't part of the trip, so I didn't went there for the research trip. I was taking care of the team and keeping things going when it happened. A long time ago, I was on a vacation, like twice vacation in Croatia. On Dugi Otok, I think it was. It's a long time ago. It's like more than 20 years. So I tried to find a place on the map today, and I think I found it, but not
Okay.
sure if it's correct. So, yeah, I was Slovenia, Croatia. That's it.
Nice. I've not been to any of those places myself, but it's always the way after a DLC releases like this that you travel through it in the game and you go, why have I never been here in real life? If it's this beautiful in the
Yeah.
game, I want to get there for sure myself. So, but coming to mind to think about it, I hope maybe you put a little Easter egg in of yourself, maybe a mini version of you kind of sunbathing on a beach somewhere near to the place where you're taking your vacation. I think that would have been a fun one to add in for sure. It could be. But actually, we got quite a few people asking about, is there any secret this, secret that? Chat, you're gonna have to
Easter eggs
travel and
like
find out
secret
yourself.
roads and
You gotta find it for yourself, chat. Yeah, I imagine there is though, right?
Exactly as Alex says. Buy it, drive through. You will find a lot of interesting things, and even some Easter eggs and hidden things.
Absolutely, and I think I spied your GPS a little bit here as you're going through. Have we got a really twisty road coming up?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a bit scared.
And this is something that I noticed the community was talking about a little bit over our social media and our forums when they first got to have a little glimpse of the map for the first time. They're like, wow, there's some really tricky roads in this DLC, right? We've had a few people kind of showing off their maneuvering skills in some of the narrow roads in the city, and some people winding through these roads as well. And I'm just like, wow, I mean, these roads must be just as impressive as real life, but it must have been quite tricky for your team to kind of fit these in as well, no? With all the bends and the sharp turns as well on the same scale.
I think they are a bit larger because even our roads are actually a bit larger than in reality. But it helps a lot for people that play for relax and not like try to lose their mind driving through here. Yeah, there are some places are definitely gonna be really tricky, especially in the cities, because the space around the docks and stuff like this is sometimes really tricky. I think the favorite one for me is the Tirania construction place.
Is this an X-ray?
It should be X-ray. Don't know if it's actually working.
I'm not. They might not call me for that.
Maybe.
Closed.
I wanted to get X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! There's a fellow trucker behind me. Okay.
Quite a few places, but in some places we actually simplified the borders and didn't do the X-ray and other gameplay parts. Don't know if this one is the correct one. The one with the working X-ray.
I don't know. I'm just causing havoc and chaos here.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you're blocking it for everybody. Come on, man, move out the way.
It's the most funny part of the playing game for me.
Watching me struggling or what?
No, causing chaos on the roads.
I mean, that's why I'm here. I enjoy watching Nimro just cause havoc on the roads.
We should play Convoy again together, so I can roast you a bit as well.
Yeah, maybe I deserve that. Absolutely, yeah, no. But honestly, it's just such a beautiful DLC with so much detail. And was it hard to include so much detail into some of these cities and areas? Because of course, there's finding that balance, right, between making sure everything runs nice and smoothly for everybody, but also making it really lively and wanting to kind of have a good bar and standard to set in terms of detail.
Detail. Some of the map team, they really like to do like small things and like add more and more and more. So I was more the guy that was going around and saying like, that's maybe enough.
Too many.
Maybe move on and do like a similar thing on the road next to it, because some of the parts where we could spend another year adding to this DLC, and we still wouldn't be done because it's so rich. We could continue for infinity, but we had to stop at some point and even like return to some places and like comb it over and make some things like less detailed because we were like having a trouble with the performance a bit, so we
Right.
had to change that on places where we went overboard a bit. So yeah, choosing what to do, what to add into the map, and what to skip was really hard because there is a lot of things.
I see a comment like in the chat, like maybe not that many trees and a Bob Ross emoji next to it. But every tree
They're all
needs
happy
a
little
friend.
trees.
Yeah,
Every tree needs
Happy
a
little
friend, yeah.
trees. Absolutely, exactly. We also have another question up here saying, well, they're asking whose idea was it to have the doggos, but maybe that was part of the research to have the dogs. You know, maybe there's a lot
Dogs?
of them around the streets and such.
It was actually a bit a controversial thing because, for example, Albania has a lot of stray dogs. Not really good for them in this country, but
it's kind of iconic.
It's part of the country, so we had to at least add some of them around the country.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of enjoy seeing them around, you know, on the pathways and stuff like this as well. And that's what we urge you to do, chat, because we love it when you're able to kind of go along your journeys, but pick out these little things that you're seeing along the way. And of course, when the DLC does release this evening, that's the first thing we urge you to do. You know, get out there on the roads, enjoy it, share your photos. I mean, you can count all the dogs too, but yeah. Share your photos with us, you know, share your feedback with us, you know, maybe if you really like it, leave a positive review on our Steam as well and more, you know, because we love to hear your feedback about it all. And of course, I know that Prokop and his team are probably very eager as well to see your reactions as well. It's probably a little bit nerve-wracking for you at the same time, exciting but nervous at the same time. Would you explain that?
Half of the team is dreading what people will actually find and what the criticism will be, because as I said, these countries have history, and that history is complicated.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to like making a nice map, I hope everything will be fine, because the team did a really good job on this.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, agreed. And I wanted to touch, maybe if you knew a little bit of information about it, but about some of the industries as well. Of course, there's a range of different industries across the West Balkans as well, and there's some kind of unique ones as well.
Is that guy watching the stream on his tablet?
Oh, probably.
Hey, he's distracted. He's distracted. I like it though. I like it. But yeah, some of the industries as well, and you know, was that also kind of a tough decision to kind of choose kind of what industries maybe you're going to include in the regions?
We try to, for every DLC, we try to find something that's specific for that region. Throughout the Balkans, there is a lot of aluminium production, so we try to do that. And since like the aluminium production is kind of boring in itself, it's like a foundry, a bit similar to our steelworks. We wanted to do something more than that, so we can even visit the bauxite deposits, which is the material from which the aluminium is made. So we were actually driving around it like 10 minutes ago, something like that, near Nikšić, but we didn't like exit that way.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
it's there.
It's there. Like bauxite is like a very, very orange color, and we have like a huge deposit of piles of bauxite that you can drive there, see where it all starts, and then go throughout the life cycle to the foundries where the aluminium is created, and then transported somewhere else to
That's cool.
create stuff from this, even in the
like
factories or even the like furniture factories, because it's used a lot in a lot of things.
I was going to say, almost like you're following the journey, you know, the life of
we tried
you know,
it,
from it's really cool to hear. This is a beautiful part of the region, by the way. this beautiful lake here. We got is that a ferry down there as well? And
this is
boats?
Dubrovnik, actually.
Okay.
One of the most famous tourist places in Croatia.
I believe Alex, like, you remember our gameplay stream, like from.
I was going to say we came from the other side.
Yeah, from
right?
the other side. Yeah,
yeah. We're driving back the other way. I see.
I'm sorry, Chad, but it looks like the battery in my wireless mouse here is dying. So, when I'm trying to look around, it's sometimes a bit shaky. Let's see if we can survive.
I'm sure. I'm sure we'll be okay.
In a few minutes, Nemiro will actually get to the Pelješac Bridge, which is like one of the hugest construction in last years in the whole Croatia. It's a new bridge connecting like the two parts of Croatia that were like interrupted by Bosnia. And yeah, I know even this place have some like baggage around it, but it was one of the places that was actually being constructed as we worked on this DLC. So you will see the bridge, how it looks right now, how it was, how we actually managed to create it before it was actually open and available for references. So we hope in the end it's looking like the real one, but we were doing it from construction photos and other information that we could get back then.
I was gonna ask you almost like.
No, this is the one before.
Next one.
The next one, yeah.
Yeah.
You will see the one.
I was gonna ask actually, like, where you kind of almost like you'll receive like a new reference, you have to add a little bit more and a little bit more, or did you just kind of wait for a while till it built up a bit more and then kind of make a big update to the bridge, or how did it work in that sense? We kind of going back and forth between it.
We had some like visualization how it should look, so we try to do that. We know where it goes through. There were some we found some 360 photos of the construction, so we created everything around it. And the bridge itself, the asset department was research department and asset department were working on that one and trying to find the references to create it. It was done in the what you see in the map. We didn't like return to it and remake it and modify it and stuff like this. We created this model that's there, but it took some time because we had to find the references, and also we are doing other stuff throughout the DLC in the meanwhile.
Yeah,
so,
I imagine you have plenty to work on.
Yeah. And in the end, there was like a huge video when the opening was happening, so that was source for us how to create it, the final shape and final look.
God, that's so interesting. That's always really cool to learn about these little things that, you know, you pass over them for maybe a minute or two, but in reality, those things have taken quite a long time for our teams to work on.
Yeah, this one.
I get it. Wow. It's an impressive bridge, isn't it? It's quite long, and the way that it's shaped as well kind of bends over.
Even longer, actually.
Yeah, the size of it. It's a impressive feat of engineering, and one that I'm actually quite happy to see in our game here. So massive props to everybody involved in getting this going, and as realistic as possible. Got the lights there, the suspension, beautiful.
Currently, in reality, I think trucks are still not allowed here.
Oh, okay.
It's planned to open the road even for trucks quite soon, I think. Because
is that just so they like test it, or with the cars first?
Don't know. There was, I think, the infrastructure along the road was not ready for trucks yet. We didn't do that part because it didn't fit the map.
It's gonna be it's gonna be open for trucks today at 7:15.
Yeah,
basically.
We made it official. We did the work for
it's
them.
coming in realities too, so we are not doing anything that's not like real.
Benny says leaked. We just leaked their spoilers.
Yeah.
They're on the trucks.
We went a little bit ahead.
That's great stuff. And well, honestly, we got some lovely messages coming here from the chat. Strahai009 here saying, "Great job, guys. You did it very nice. I love it. I can't wait to try it for myself." 14K Stig says, "Massive respect to the team. It looked like it was very difficult to bring this all together." Cameron saying, "Wow, so beautiful." Lots of great positive comments here. So thank you everybody for all your really nice positive comments. Prokop and the team and everybody else watching live now from the kitchen. They really appreciate seeing all the positivity and such for
we will
such a momentous project.
Yeah, we will visit them in a few minutes, I guess, as well through our colleague Chenda with a camera on his mobile phone, I believe. So we will see a glimpse of the party as well.
Yeah, we'll be taking a look with them. Chenda's out with his famous mobile camera, so we'll give you some eyes to the kitchen. So those watching in the kitchen, get your hair and makeup ready and
get ready.
Bring out the hi mum signs and anything else that you might have ready to go for the stream. You're gonna be famous here in just a few seconds. So no, but thank you everybody. We appreciate it. If you're just joining us, welcome along to the West Balkans DLC release stream. Of course, today is the momentous occasion and date of the release of the West Balkans DLC. We've already been joined by a couple of guests here. We had Thomas before, we've got Prokop with us now. We've also got one more special guest joining us before the release as well. We're counting down the time now, only about an hour and 26 minutes left, which is all very, very exciting indeed. So if you haven't already, make sure to add the West Balkans DLC to your Steam wishlist. Again, a massive thank you to everybody that's had it in their wishlist for quite a long time, because it has been a little bit of a long time coming due to other circumstances, beyond our control. But it's been great to get to this moment. We're so happy to be able to be releasing such a beautiful part of the world in Euro Truck Simulator 2, whether that's day or night, as we can see here. Nimro, I know you love the night driving. It gets a little bit difficult for you in the studio to see.
But don't worry, there is a truck stop coming by, and I will get a rest there.
I think this one should be a quite scenic one, actually.
A scenic one, okay.
Okay.
Is it like? Which one?
So the next
this
one?
one?
This one. Yeah, it
okay.
can also have like a look inside the valley from here.
Awesome.
But quite excited.
Like most of the DLC is actually scenic. So you can you toss a stone and you hit a nice view. So
that's great.
That's awesome. We expect lots of photos and screenshots and videos, chat. Make sure you share them with us once you're out there on the road exploring, for sure. And actually, I wanted to ask, speaking of like truck stops and stuff, is that quite a common thing throughout the West Balkans region, or not so much? Because I know trucking is quite a big thing over there. You have a lot of truckers and the main kind of logistics of it all.
Huge truck stops are like more like specialty for Croatia and Slovenia.
Right.
Other countries have a lot of roads, but not much like a specialized truck stops. Huge gas stations like here, because like as I said, infrastructure in some of the countries is a little bit behind, being worked on. Yeah. Let's say. So there are a lot of interesting places that are not truck stops per se, but places where the player can park and sleep and like see interesting things around.
Basically, you're going to have the best office view ever, chat. That's what it's going to happen as a truck driver.
So well,
beautiful places. I know. it's gonna be beautiful, and yeah, this stop here looks quite unique. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look in the day, for sure. So let's see here. Once Nemo pulls up and we make it the daytime, let's see how it looks. Because I'm excited to see what's around us.
Especially around these parts of the Croatia, the roads are usually going through like mountain hills. And some of the truck stops are actually like wedged inside the cliffs and mountains, and or like not inside the mountains, but between the mountains and inside the valleys. In reality, we managed to do like this one here, in this style that's like you have to exit the road and go to a track stop next to the road that's between two hills with a nice view.
The drone is
around here.
released. Look at that.
Wow.
But
Look at that. You got like
in
a
reality,
really
there are
lovely valley.
a lot of similar ones around this part of Croatia.
Man, so people just spend like a little bit of time here, but I feel like this would be a good place to go camping or something, man. This is
like a week.
It's a week, yeah. Have a whole vacation in this
I mean,
festival.
you have like playground here.
Right? Yeah. You got some like benches, have a barbecue. This looks like a nice place to stop for sure. You got lots of people coming in.
Let me try to continue from this point.
I like that. K-Vam says gas station vacation. I like it. That's a I like it. Totally go camping there. Exactly, chat. Exactly. Well, time is running out here with Prokop. I can't believe another hour is almost gone.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask just a couple more questions before you have to disappear. So now that the West Balkans is out, could you maybe, without revealing anything or teasing, too much teasing anything, be able to maybe give maybe a little hint of maybe what you're going to be working on in the future?
I personally will be helping with not just one DLC, but actually 2 DLCs on ETS.
Okay.
So you don't have enough, right?
I won't be actually leading another one right now. But yeah, we are actually working on 2.
So you're gonna be like getting for some time more back to the like creating the world
more like helping with the technical side of the map, helping with people to like keep the map working and the game working.
Okay.
Throughout the map.
Very exciting.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's what I will be doing.
Good stuff. Well, still a lot of work ahead then. Still a lot of work ahead for sure. But I'm sure the community's been very excited to hear what that is. And of course, we also want to give you this opportunity right now. If you'd love to do any kind of shout out or messages towards the community or to any others, people from your team as well, this is your moment. This is your time on the platform.
So I already gave shout out to specific members, but
yes.
I would like to thank all the map team and for the community. If you find something that we did wrong, please let us know, because this was like overwhelming at times. So I hope we will try to fix everything that we did wrong. If you let us know. If not, if everything is all right, good to enjoy and have a nice time with this DLC.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your knowledge and sharing so much with us. And of course, most of all, appreciate your hard work that's gone into leading the team and this map and the direction that it's gone and getting it to this point as well. You've told us how challenging and difficult it is, so we really appreciate all of the hard work. And chat again, let's get some thank yous and positivity in the chat for Prokop and the team. And of course, just like he said, if you do find anything, you can report it via our forms.scssoftware.com is the best place to do your reporting if you manage to spot anything. But if you really love it and like it, make sure to let us know. Maybe even leave a positive review on Steam for us at the West Balkans Steam store page. It really helps us out and makes a difference. So thank you, everybody. But unfortunately, that is all we have time for with you, Prokop. We're going to let you go and enjoy some well-deserved drinks and food in the kitchen and relax a little bit before the release. But again, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for inviting me, and you enjoy the rest of the stream.
Oh, we will.
Absolutely.
We definitely will.
Absolutely.
Very, very excited for the release for sure. Well, chat, we're going to be taking another quick 5-minute breather here as we get our next guest on. A very special guest, so do not go anywhere. Grab yourself a drink, take a break for a minute or two, but definitely come back here in around 5 minutes time as we bring in our next guest. And we're also going to have some live scenes from Chenda. Is that right, Nimir?
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, we have it here now.
There it is. Look at that. There we go.
Look at that, Alex.
Well,
Alex, where we are again? Like we're missing all the fun
on the
again.
screen. I can see us. We're right there on the screen. We're there.
Chat, send 3 pizzas to Alex and to the studio.
We love it. Chat, we'll see you in just 5 minutes time. But for now, enjoy the release party camera from Chenda.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Side, děkuju. Tam nemůžeš chybět. Tam nemůžeš chybět. Počkej, promiň.
Dotáhej.
Takový suchý tady nikdo není, ty vole.
Ale já jsem vyhrála, ježišmarja, já jsem vyhrála pro sebe, a to je hrozně strašný. Já jsem otočila, tak se tady
Už je tady. Ale nakonec ten střep jsme našli. Tam taky nemůžete chybět.
Co? Co?
And we are back.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Hey,
If
everyone.
you're just joining us, welcome along for the West Balkans DLC release stream here with us, SCS Software. I'm Alex, one of your community managers. I'm joined by Nimiro, PR marketing manager
Hey, everyone.
in the studio in London Park. And we're also joined by very special guests, Pavel Shabor, CEO of SCS Software. Pavel, it's a pleasure to have you with us today. How are you doing?
Always nice to be here. Thank you. It's great.
It is
great to be here.
Yeah, great occasion, of course, as always. The release of the West Balkans DLC is quite an exciting time. We saw some images from the kitchen of the staff enjoying themselves with some food and some drink.
It's like a party is going on.
Yeah, I imagine
the
some of
team
the
here
food
is still hungry, right?
Yeah, we kind of used to that.
I've already had my share. Like we had Veskavica, we had.
Was it good?
Ivar.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was like really good. We had some local sweets.
See, Alex. See, Alex.
What you're missing?
We see what we are missing.
I was going to say, it sounds so fancy and good that I don't even know what those dishes are. Are they like meat dishes or? Are they,
yeah, the ground meat. That's kind of like it's a little bit like a burger, but a specific way of
okay,
I guess.
And it's like fried
specific spices
or bacon or fried or.
I would expect grilled.
Grilled? Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, you know, when you put me in a kitchen, I'm totally lost anyway. Like,
yeah, me too.
Maybe like hard-boiled eggs would be the limit of my capabilities. So.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it's great to have such a nice atmosphere in the office from all of our team members who have worked so hard on this map and others as well to enjoy this celebration. And of course, it's nice to have everybody together as well. And of course, our chat's very excited as well. We have over 2,000 people watching from around the world. Ooh. Chat, let's get another location check, because it's great to see how many people are watching from all over the world and where you're watching from as well. We got people from Poland, Portugal, India, Germany, Texas, Canada, Croatia, Hungary, Chicago. The chat goes so fast now.
So much.
There it goes. Yeah, it goes
like
so fast.
Yeah, SCS.
But it's great just have such a worldwide community here for the release of the West Balkans. And we've had some great guests so far as well. Of course, we had Thomas sharing with us his experience and knowledge and behind the scenes of creating the beautiful, wonderful trailer that we have for the West Balkans. We've had Prokop as well, who was sharing some knowledge on how it was all created, the West Balkans map and the road networks and the challenges that came with it as well. And now we're honored to have Pavel Shabor here as well with us. And Pavel, it must be quite nice for you as well to see that we're finally being able to release the West Balkans for the Euro Truck Simulator 2. It feels like obviously there's been a little bit of a longer time for this release, but it's finally here and it's great to see it.
It's a big relief to finally be at the end of another major map DLC project. This one was, I guess, as ever, the most ambitious. The specific type, I mean, Prokop must have been talking a lot about this, but the specific kind of combination of water bodies, the seas, the shores, the lakes and the mountains and the historical city centers, all that in a big mix, it made it very difficult. And the team made quite some bold choices in not relying that much on like totally creative artistic license translation, not taking it too much, trying to be bit by bit in locations like true to the reality that they managed to explore, and location scouting did their job and all that. We had quite a challenging task ahead of us, and the guys prototyped like hell early on. Prototype like hell, promising the programmers that it's all going to be fine, only to later find out that the complexity of the geometry, like the way you build the levels and all that, it really did put quite a strain on the engine. So the optimization stages at the very end, all that, like there was a lot of stages in that project that made it quite like complex and maybe sometimes frustrating for parts of the team. But the result, after so much work, the result is fabulous. Everybody is in love with the result. You've seen the fabulous trailer that only is possible because the guys creating the worlds, creating the models, creating the vegetation, all those effects, put so much of their heart into this project. So in the end, it's fantastic.
I couldn't agree more, and that's not only been evident from what you've been saying with Prokop and how he shared how they were really going for a lot of details and putting as much in as they can, pushing the limits, but also from the reactions from our community as well, who have seen so many of the trailers we've put out and social media teasers and blogs as well, showcasing so many different parts of the West Balkans. And there's been lots of positive comments as well. And I imagine you're quite pleased with how the West Balkans has turned out. I imagine, much like many of us, we've barely scratched the surface on what we've seen in terms of the West Balkans, but from what you have seen, it must be quite impressive to you that this engine and we've been able to reach to this point of detail.
20 plus years ago, I was one of the programmers on this engine, and I'm never amazed, I never cease to be amazed by what I see still being essentially the continuation of that same technology from those early years. So it's great to see it. At the same time, the locations and the combination that the unique landscape offers is fabulous. Well, I must admit too that I get a lot of emails from fans, even though my email is no longer visible on the website. It's still kind of circulating somewhere. So of course, people see already what we have been showing ourselves, what I've seen from YouTubers over the past week, and people complain why it's not a major city like Dubrovnik, why it's not there. Istria and Pula properly shown, properly portrayed. We are struggling with limitations, not just technology, but also the scale of the world. So even like major locations could not make it, because there's just, you have to make a choice. You have to draw a line where you do like inhabited place and where you do some countryside, and sometimes a major location doesn't fit in between. But the guys, the iteration over the choices were really hard to make, but they had to go through all that. They had to make a decision, and I think they made quite fortunate decisions ultimately for people to get ultimately it's all about the features of the place, about the feeling, about the lyrics, and not so much as ethics of being there and exploring feeling the location. So in that regard, I think the map is a nice, again, and I'm sometimes using the term a bonsai tree, like a little model of reality that is close enough for you to make the role play that you are there, and I think they succeeded absolutely.
I think so too. We've seen already, even just in this stream alone, so many great little details and the road networks that are winding through these valleys and mountains and going from the coast to the city. It's been absolutely beautiful and really just setting the bar again. We say it every single release, but they're setting the bar again in terms of the quality and the detail. And Prokop even said themselves that, hey, we could have continued working on this DLC for probably many more years if we really wanted to, trying to perfect every little bit, that, like you said, they had to draw a line at some point for sure. And of course, that's again evident from everything that we can see here. And I wanted to ask, because obviously we asked Prokop as well if he'd ever seen any of these countries for himself. Have you ever had the chance to visit the West Balkans region for yourself in real life?
Well, I was there a couple of times as a kid. It used to be this thing for many central people from Central Europe to visit their friends back in the 80s, in the 90s. Many people still go. I mean, it's like 800,000 people from Czech Republic travel south
Croatia
every year.
It's one of the most popular places to go,
it's a lot like there's beautiful lakes in Slovenia. It's like people talk about Montenegro. It's like it's incredible type of landscape, unique in Europe. So I was only there I think 3 times in my life, not that often, but I still remember the sun, the rocks, the sea. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen here so far on the DLC, it makes me just want to visit all of the different regions and countries that we have, because they're all unique in their own way. And were talking to Prokop about the challenges of trying to fit all those different cultures and representing each area as best as possible on such a scale was quite a difficult task for them. But I think they've done so well to kind of represent the whole area. It looks really, really nice. And again, from what you've seen, Pavel, would you say you're very happy with in terms of where the West Balkans is now? Because I imagine you've seen stuff from the beginning of when it first started getting produced to where it is now, the journey that it's made.
Well, yeah, the thing is, when we started talking the Balkan Peninsula in general, I may have told the story though before. The guys came back to us from the early preliminary research, and they said, this is 60 plus major cities, major nodes on the road network. How can we justify such a huge DLC? And initially we thought, okay, I persisted. We have to do it in one go, but then ultimately it was decided that it's impossible to give it the right service, and we chopped it up into 3 regions. Like the first 2 are out already. The Black Sea, as we call it, it was the first one to go. The second one is here, the West Balkans, and it's like another major step. And we still have, Greece and perhaps Aegean, some islands to cover, to wrap up the trilogy, sort of the southern part of Europe. So it's huge. It's incredible. It fits together. It's finally kind of not complete because we don't have Greece, but it's an important kind of complementary piece of content next to the Black Sea region, which actually we took advantage of those 2 to have an upcoming World of Trucks event featuring both of these regions together, so that people can kind of take advantage of having either or both and then having fun there. So what you see here is so much unique content. It's just like we usually tend to make a shortcut and praise the map team, but actually the map team is not just people dragging the, what do you call it, nodes or whatever, the control points in the world design tools, but this is also the 3D guys that make the 3D models, the vegetation, the unique landmarks. You can tell that as years go by, the capacity, the quality of all the models improves continually. So it's incredible effort, and there's so much unique content that only goes just to one spot. I mean, these postcards, they're like, whoever was so crazy to make them, I still don't get
so
it.
Cool.
So amazing.
but it is so much attention to detail, so much like
that.
unique buildings, unique little details. That makes up this rich mixture that you feel more and more to be there, really, not just like a random generated world, but some unique location.
Which has always kind of been the goal, to recreate it as best as possible for people to be able to recognize the road networks and the places that they're driving through, and maybe even learn a little bit about the culture and the history in the city as well, of course. And I also wanted to kind of do a little bit of a mention as well, because we're also going to be having some bundles to kind of complement the West Balkans coming out today as well. And I believe there's 3 new bundles that are going to be appearing on Steam today. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, maybe it's up to me to explain then. Okay, I think we already started publishing it through the middle of the day together with Nemira. We were clicking around the Steam back end to do stuff. So we have introduced a couple of bundles that are more like a starter packs, but as well as they are kind of like rewards for people who already buy into our ecosystem of map DLCs, to have it easier for them to add additional DLC. So we have bundles that are like geographically oriented towards either north or Mediterranean, like the west part of the southern Europe and the Balkans part. And with each there is a little bit of a discount that if you complement whatever you've purchased previously, then you can get the next part a little bit cheaper. So a suggestion for people who already and probably the people who watch our streams may be exactly such people. If you have already purchased and own a few of our map DLCs from older times, wait for the bundle to get West Balkans with a little bit of a benefit. This way, we are kind of saying thanks for our loyal players, loyal fans, that they don't have to pay the totally full price. It's like a symbolic, but still a gesture, kind of a nod to our community. Over time, like this is like a bigger discussion, like philosophical thing. How do we handle, as we bring out more and more content, both in American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2? How do we handle this that we don't want people to feel afraid of jumping onto this train and, you know, seeing that there's hundreds and hundreds of euros or dollars or pounds or whatever currencies to get all of the content. We need to figure out some nice, smart bundles, some good bargains for people to get bigger collections of content at a discount, so that it would make sense for the older guys, for the loyal guys to feel the gratification of, you know, not paying every time the maximum. For newcomers to feel like they have a easier way to join the phenomenon and get a reasonable amount of content out of the gate that's not like threatening their wallet that much. So these bundles are like a start of this, more of a start of this direction, where it's not a season pass, it's not like a subscription, but it's like if you keep buying our stuff, you should feel like you are getting a good price.
Well, I think it's very kind of you, you know, to create these bundles for some of our loyal fans. And of course, we've posted some information about those on our release blog, which is currently out at blog.scssoft.com. You got the Balkans bundle, you got the Baltic bundle, and the Mediterranean bundle as well. So you can check out the information. Yeah.
The second or the minute you see the team in our event zone here at the studio, you press this big red button to launch the DLC. Give it 5 and 10 seconds maybe until the Steam platform recognizes the changes, and then look for related bundles that include the new DLC, because then you may be a little bit happier to get it at a slightly friendlier price than if you go and buy directly independently. But that's a little thing. It's more important for us to bring new, fresh people into the phenomenon, not to scare them away, to give them a nice starter pack. We for many years, and still we have this, is it Essentials bundle? How do you call it? It's like this a little bit of content from various types of, not just the map DLC, but also some tuning, some cosmetics. But this time we bring out these like map bundles, a couple of map DLCs together that are a cohesive bit of geography. So that's what we are doing now.
Well, it's all very exciting indeed, and I know so many people been kind of building up the hype and waiting for this moment, because it's not long now until we do release the West Balkans DLC. I think it's just under an hour or so now till we hit that big red button, so it's definitely coming around pretty fast. And again, thank you to everybody who's been adding the West Balkans to their Steam wish list and supporting us as well for this release for such a long time. We really do appreciate all of your positivity, and also for, I guess, being patient as well, because it's been a little while since we had one for ETS2, but it's great that we're out to finally reach this moment for sure. And of course, I imagine it's quite awesome again to see the amount of people that you have in the office. The team keeps on ever growing. We're talking to Prokop about his team and how he has some newer people there as well who are still developing and improving their skills. And I feel like every single time that we talk, the team always grows. Do we have a rough approx number that we're at now at SCS Software in terms of members of the team?
I do get some sort of like statistics from the HR department every month, but I forgot the exact number. Maybe it's like 315, 320 something. Wow.
That's crazy.
Every first working day of a new month, I'm doing like a little welcoming, I would say not no party, but like a time spent together with the fresh faces at the company. Sometimes it's 4 people, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's whatever 6. Some months we skip, like during the middle of the summer. I think we didn't have a day of such type. But it's so many like promising, talented people that join us over a year. It amounts to like a 50 new positions created at SCS. Never quite enough, but it's incredible. And I meet every single one of them this way. But then I have to admit, maybe I'm old and my memory doesn't serve me so well. You meet a lot of faces that I don't recognize. I cannot. I may know their names because usually we communicate a lot on our online shared platform here. We have this messaging system here. But sometimes I have a hard time matching a face to a name, or sometimes maybe this is a team that's kind of working in a remote, to me, in like a role that I don't interact with on a daily basis. So it feels like it's really difficult to have a company of 300 and to hope for everybody to be friends and know each other. But at the same time, the spirit is still kind of like a small studio startup, I would hope, kind of spirit that we want to prove that we can do, that we are good, and like so much optimism, so many smiles here. But this is a special day for us, of course. This is a day of celebration for a new DLC and new Truck Simulator 2. But the company is chugging along. I've been on a couple of meetings. We had American Truck Simulator status meeting today. We had a game design meeting, which is like a council of people that talk some game design ideas. So it's not like we are stopping. We are moving forward like every day with stuff. So it's great that the studio is gaining new talent. It's great that there will be more brains to contribute to the big river of ideas and implementation of stuff. So still excited as ever.
That's great. And actually, come to think of it, because it just rolled around so quickly, Euro Truck Simulator 2 celebrated its 11th anniversary, right? Just yesterday, or
yeah,
I have confused.
To be honest, I've noticed on social media. I wasn't aware. We have the starting day is probably counted like properly from yesterday, because that's the day we started offering ourselves the game on our little online store or little web page that we had at the time. We were not at Steam at that point in time. For another 4 or 5 months, we haven't been on Steam. So it was just us and a few of our regional partners doing the boxes. But the boxes were popping up like at different places at different times, different box design. That was such an era. In the retail, we were a really tiny studio that didn't have much clout, didn't have much say in how our games are presented to the player. But we were like early adopters of the online method of offering games, and it was working reasonably well. So I still remember like our first sale was probably from New Zealand.
Oh, really?
The second we unleashed, I already got like pop orders coming up in the system, and I was watching. But back then we may have done, I don't know, a few hundred on the first day of sales, which was incredible for our studio. Like we were like 14, 16 people, so a few hundred sales in a day. Wow, that was great. These days on Steam, if it's like not an order of magnitude higher, it will be a bad day for us. We have to keep moving forward, because this is the only way to survive.
Yeah, that's understandable. And speaking of moving forward, of course, we've reached now the West Balkans, and this is such an epic journey, and we're looking forward to everybody exploring it. But what does the future of ETS2 hold? I mean, there's still a lot to come for the future, right? It doesn't end here at the West Balkans.
Have we even announced what we are doing next?
Yes, people know that we are working on Greece.
But we don't have any widgets gathering wish
yet,
list.
but it will be soon.
No.
It will be soon.
Okay. So should we?
People know about
Greece.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've already indicated before that ultimately the whole of the peninsula, we just couldn't pull it off in one go. This project was like total effort of a huge team already. So what we are working next is Greece and its islands, some few of them to make the rendition of a virtual rendition of Greece, like a tribute, or how to put it, portrait in a way that will make people feel like they're there. So what's next? I think we don't have that many places to go anymore, but we are like
people also know about the northern part project, because like we shared, for example, last year in the special Christmas stream, the photos from the research trip from there, right? So
yeah, so it's not a secret.
it's not a secret anymore.
So okay, so this is like a big major area, but we want to cover quite a strip of not a strip, but quite a range of countries, again across the northern hemisphere and towards the Arctic Circle. So it's a major project again, with so many kilometers to cover. So we have 2 teams working in parallel now, fully staffed, that each have their respective deadline. I don't think this is not a race. This is like a planned effort. So we know which one comes first. But it's over 30 map designers, I believe, now are fully dedicated to expand the game in 2 opposite directions. At the same time, there is a team of,
Riskins, like
the rework team that have like
yeah.
10, 12 people. Ultimately.
I don't know how many, but
it's not a small team anymore.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we tend to rob this team, unfortunately, at times of crisis of talent, when we have to plug gaps and kind of quicken progress on map DLCs that are supposed to be shipped in time.
There are already like multiple like rework teams,
yeah,
right?
so
like
there are the rework team is now even split into several.
Yeah.
Like smaller groups that address this or that, but in the long term, the ambition for the rework team is for it to grow further, because there's so much existing content that's some years old and that needs to be reworked. We are well aware of that. So this is now like a regular pillar of our effort. This is not an afterthought. This is not a something that we do just in spare time. We try to protect this team from stealing people from them. So this is something that's totally serious. Sometimes, and that's our complication. We work with this huge connected world that if you touch it at one spot, you may break things elsewhere, or you have to protect some parts of the map from random touches by other teams. So it's not that difficult for the logistics of the whole operation. When the file system is open for one team to commit their work, to contribute and to go through their own testing and feedback cycle before the next team is unleashed and can bring their own stuff that they have been doing in separate kind of database to connect it to the major like stream or tree trunk of all this. So we had this plan for the end of this year to come up with one of the reworks for Euro Truck 2, but we opted to keep it until early next year. Sometimes this happens, even though it was almost finished, not quite, but almost finished. But rushing it, we have so much stuff to release through the 4th quarter of this year. We started with the American stuff. Now we have this map DLC, another map DLC coming, some tuning, some really ambitious World of Trucks events in addition to that. So the testers team, they are quite overwhelmed. The marketing guys, they are totally overwhelmed. We are doing 7 major news releases a week this time, so that's a lot of content. And because they are all perfectionists, we are all perfectionists. They care about every little screenshot combination, and you have to make the screenshots into a nice Instagram movie or something, and cut it a different format. And this kind of social media deserves a little bit of a different tempo or something. So before you know it, it's like, how many are you in the marketing guy? 10, 12 people?
10, yeah.
10 people?
10.
So it's just bringing the news and talking about, making people excited is now a full-time effort that takes a dozen or 10 people and a few people contributing from the outside. usually we consult Oscar.
Yes.
I tend to chip in and
Yeah.
make people's lives difficult. You know me. Yeah. So so much work is needed to do it right. But at the same, I think mostly we are enjoying this. It's like we are in it for. It's a great
Yeah.
to be here. We are here for the ride. But being a game developer ultimately is such a rewarding career because you have a result that's visible,
Yeah.
that people enjoy. If you give people a good time to spend with your game, and it's in our case, it's nothing controversial. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
peaceful
educational and peaceful.
Yeah.
So life is good.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. It's really nice and it's very rewarding to be able to do these sort of things where we get to the point where we can release stuff, things that people have been waiting for a while, or things they weren't expecting feature-wise, stuff like this that just kind of makes everyone quite happy, you know, to bring an even better trucking experience to Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator. And it's great to hear that, you know, the journey is not going to end with the West Balkans, that there's even, you know, more to come in terms of road networks and other places that we're reworking as well in the near future as well. Of course, there's lots of other ambitious projects as well in the works. I'm not sure how much we can say, but there's a few other things that are definitely being worked on in terms of
Yeah, absolutely. Our
maybe some
games are not
features
just
and other stuff. Yeah,
not just a map or like a tourist simulators for discovering new places, even though they are the playing field or the playground for all this to happen. We have fantastic cooperation now with vehicle manufacturers, the trailer manufacturers. So some really cool, exciting stuff. Many of the major industrial partners are asking us to showcase their newest technology. So we're talking some trucks with different
powertrains
and all that. So there's the vehicle team is working hard on some cool new stuff. Even though it's for me, it's like all novel. It's like the infrastructure is pretty much not there across the continents. It's coming up fast, so we have to respond. We have to react. So this is something that's certainly in the cards. Now we people know us that we've dabbled with buses or rather coaches for many years. There is still every year there is these many questions coming. When are you finally coming back and reviving the idea? It's still, you know, there's still hope here, maybe more of it, because we want to take it seriously. But you know, no promises. And I mean, we indicated and kind of hinted so many times at things, but maybe the coaches will be somewhere in our future. Finally, we also talked to a few regular car manufacturers because they were interested, intrigued by this huge simulated world or worlds of the two games. What can we do there to maybe explore it through a different optics, different lenses, not necessarily from the height of a truck driver's seat. So we'll see if something comes out of there that would kind of complement the gameplay, that wouldn't be alien to the game and to the world. So again, these are discussions, these are like things we consider, but we don't want to leave, you know, our roots behind. We totally are focused on improving the trucker experience, the trucker simulation. So there is work on improvements in physics. There is works on various games features, perhaps improving the career path in the game. Just today at the games design meeting, I had a really great time watching a presentation on how we could improve our like relatively simplistic system of leveling up that we've plugged into the game 10-12 years ago and haven't touched since, but that maybe there's so many stuff that we could revisit, not just like parts of the game world, but pillars of the gameplay. So we're not stopping. We are adding and extending. There will be more content. There will be more gameplay. There will be hopefully more fun and more reasons to, you know, keep the hobby for people who who have been loyal to us for so many years.
Yeah, and I think it's an exciting prospect for a lot of people. Of course, again, no promises there, but the ideas of all the things that you mentioned there, it's quite exciting.
I don't dare to
for all of
promise
us
that
here,
much.
yeah.
I would rather over deliver and under promise. But once you make a commitment, you know how cruel the internet may become if you indicate some specific time frame, and then you feel that the feature deserves more attention, more time, but people consider it like a broken promise. So we really try hard to please you guys. It's just that we prefer to do things kind of in secrecy until they are pretty much ready, or until we are pretty much sure that we will pull it off. And until then, everything is kind of like an experiment that may or may not work, that may take a little more time. But overall, the future is bright, and every year there is more that we manage to do. And with such a great team that we have now, and with like moving to a new office that we plan for early next year, where we'll have more flexibility to work across team, more connectivity kind of between teams, more
bigger
studio for you guys to do the streams. Great times ahead.
Yeah, it's great. That's really fantastic to hear. Thank you for sharing all those things with us, and of course, exciting for our community as well. And I think we may have touched on this before. Maybe I'm not sure if there's anything else we can really say more about it. Maybe not. Maybe there is. But obviously, we've had our game on a little bit of a. It's not really a different platform. We've had it on the Steam Deck, for example, with like the controllers there. Is there any maybe hints of the future of them coming to some maybe other platforms in the future? Or
am I sounding like a broken record? I mean, I think I may have indicated like some years back and again that SCS totally wants to get our games out on major consoles. So this has been an ever-going project that we're never quite satisfied with what we have so far. It's not just about the rendering part, the 30 or 60 or whatever FPS requirements that we have to fulfill to be accepted to a platform. It's also about major changes in UI, or rather user, not just the looks of the user interface, but how it works to be fully controllable only by a console controller without having access to keyboard and all the hotkeys that we need. I believe we have ran out of keyboard hotkeys like some years back, and now have to struggle for people to choose how to bind which key and which key combination to bind for a particular function. There is a lot of effort going into that to have the game like better controllable. Started of course with Steam Deck, but still not quite like finished. So a lot of work is being poured into this, like multiple people are on the team for the transition, for the technology, for the gameplay and all that. Of course, as we probably again repeated again, we don't want to consider an additional platform to just be a port, something that the normal understanding would be when you port a game, you do it and you move on. We want this to be, if anything, another platform where we are native with our game and can maintain the quality and the releases in sync with all the other platforms. So that makes it difficult because we are always adding new content, we are always adding new features. We don't have a stable state to bring over to port. We have an ever moving target that we have to eventually hit. So that was the difficult part. But I also get a lot of emails, a lot of bombardment. When is it coming to this PlayStation or that Xbox? The time is finally, I mean, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. For a long time, we just, the light was there, but it was not the end of the tunnel. It was the train wreck coming. I mean, I would say 5 years ago, if you asked me, can you make it to consoles in 2 years, I would be totally sure that yes, that's doable. But we are coming, guys. We want to complement the PC and the Mac version, that we have the Linux version with other major gaming platforms, because we know people are asking, my old computer died, I'm no longer buying a new PC, but I have this or that console. you have to bring it over. So we know that even from the existing community, there are people who are lapsed fans, players that would bring back the old hobby, and we can also approach a lot of new people this way. So yes, it totally makes sense. It's just that we are, I mean, maybe too much of a perfectionist. We want to nail it on release, to make it a decent release, really something that the games deserve. So I guess that's why we're taking so much time.
It's understandable. You know, it's such a big task ahead, and obviously you want to be able to get it right. You know, so
but you know,
thank you for sharing that into us.
If you listen to me, I'm speaking here like a game developer who cares so much about the quality of their work. But I also wear the other hat on my head from time to time, like caring about the company's finances, and of course, being on a major platform and hopefully, possibly succeeding there. That's a lot of earnings that we are like leaving, you know, under the table. We're waiting for that would move the company forward, that would give us access to yet more talent, yet more capabilities, and that because of insisting on this kind of perfectionist approach, we are not taking advantage of these extra revenues, of these extra sales. So it's a difficult position. It's a compromise that you want to rush, you want to do it right. How do you do that? What is the implications for your bottom line? So it's not like we are just like living this naive life of you know, just kids who don't care. We have to be super careful about protecting the longevity of the business. This is like a painful way to develop things, like having to be patient and asking for the supporters to be patient until we bring it to additional platforms. But that's just the name of the game. Ultimately, we didn't want to use a third-party porting studio. We didn't want external help that may, in a way, compromise our ability in the future to maintain the code base and the stuff in the long run. We insisted on, you know, learning things on the go, growing into being capable of doing these ports. So that's like a little harder and more painful way, but hopefully more stable and ultimately more rewarding in a way.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's definitely the right way to go about it. So thank you again for sharing that info with us, and I'm sure another community appreciate it themselves. Like you said, we see messages every day from all sorts of people from around the world.
That guy had a bad day.
I was going to say, that driver's not paying attention, has he?
Chat, don't drink and drive, please.
Well, chat, if you are just joining us, welcome along. There's so many of you watching from around the world, over 2,500 of you tuned in right now, and of course you're all here for the release of the West Balkans DLC. Not long to go now. Time is flying away with us, actually. We're about half an hour away or so from the actual release, so we don't have much time left with you, Pavel, unfortunately. I've got a little note here on my stream. Maybe there's something to share, or a little teaser or something like that. But it says here, are we going to be doing our annual special Christmas stream this year? Maybe something, because that's coming up quick, of course. You know,
time flies so fast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it goes. Like it really does.
I think we've already try to identify a day in the calendar for the Christmas stream.
Might be quite difficult this year, but probably we'll find a
the guys
day.
Do so much traveling and all that, so they will be like running on the last bit of fuel at the end of the year before everybody takes a few days off. But we plan a nice stream again. We hope that we will pull off a really surprising Christmas event on World of Trucks as well. So we'll be driving through that unique content at that point. I'm looking forward to it. I guess we may share even more hints of our plans, or if people look under the hood or so.
I'll try to collect some assets and
Christmas
images
streams
and
are
visuals.
usually somewhat special, even more so than major DLC releases when I come here. So yes, I'm looking forward to it. We'll be bringing our friend the snowman, I guess, maybe.
It's cool tradition. Guys. You have to. You have to bring the SCS snowman.
This may be the last stream in our current studio. So the discussions are really on how do we set up the new place, and can we have couches there, and can we have more driving like stations there?
That's the
How do
plan,
we combine all that into be able to maybe drive in convoy more easily and all that?
Yeah.
So exciting stuff
That would be
coming
cool.
for you guys.
Just
Yeah,
imagine
I
me
mean-
and Darius parking together at the same time. Like, what could go wrong, right?
We can put a real truck in the studio, right? In space.
I'm not sure about that, but
No, I'm excited to see how that's all going to change. I'm sure we'll get some updates in the near future as well. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. So as we haven't got too much time left, chat. Pavel, I know there's not long now left till the release of the West Balkans DLC, so we kind of want to get some of your final thoughts on the release and how we've gotten to this point, and maybe anything you want to say to our community and give some shout outs.
Wow, I've said so much. I mean, I was to so many meetings today. I'm a little dry, but I want to thank everybody on the team for creating this fantastic new adventure in the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2. I want to thank our loyal volunteer testers, beta testers out there
Absolutely.
for supporting us over the year. All the people who contribute to translations, that's like fantastic contribution. And I hope we are not forgetting about you with a little gift here and there. Say thanks. I want to thank to all the people who contribute to the open betas, because that's really
that's
valuable
also helpful,
contribution. So the connection to the community is fantastic. And of course, thanks to everybody who just keeps playing our game and from time to time buys a little bit of a DLC from us, or even just enjoys the base game and has a good time with us. Because even then, the Steam algorithm never sleeps and always considers this a signal to offer our game to a new friend or to a new person on Steam. So thanks to everybody who is a part of this fantastic hobby that we share. Virtual trucking is a thing now. It's great to have you guys. It's great to be a part of all this, of the team, of the phenomenon. I enjoy it, and I hope you will figure out and be able to confirm either today or soon that the West Balkans is a great addition to the family, great addition to the universe of our trucking simulations. And I guess we'll meet you there, guys, in this virtual world on future streams and future reviews and all that.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Enjoy. Yeah, no, we've been definitely talking to our chat here, and everyone's really hyped up. Chat, let's see some messages right now. Let us know if you're excited for the West Balkans Sea from what you've seen today or from our previous vlogs. Let us know what you're most excited for. How many of you are waiting for the release? Let's see some positivity in the chat here. Very excited, says the Lego Technics fanboy. We got super hyped from N1K here. Looking amazing. Heck yeah. Can't wait. WTLC hype. I'm excited for some banana split. I think the chat earlier saw something about banana
I saw that.
split
They went crazy on banana
on a billboard somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a shop or something selling splits. Excited, love it. 1,000 hours in game, ready for the next 1,000. I'm loving all of these positive messages, and I'm sure everybody that's watching from our studios in the kitchen and enjoying themselves with some food and drink also enjoying the positivity as well. So again, chat, once you get out there into the West Balkans, if you really love it, make sure you let us know. Share your photos with us on social media, and if you really do like it, make sure to also leave us a positive review on Steam, because it means a lot to us. When we appreciate all of your kind comments as well, and helping support us as well. Of course, so many of you have had the West Balkans already added to your Steam wish list for such a long time and have been so loyal as well for our community. So we really, really do appreciate that. It does mean a lot to all of us. So thank you again for all your positivity. Right, just a couple more minutes left here until we have to let you go, Pavel, and let you get back to the kitchen here and to enjoy the atmosphere. I imagine it's quite busy in the kitchen right now with everybody kind of gathering together to get ready to push the button. And
I guess the excitement is high already. Only a few minutes from the planned release. And we have this big red button connected by a USB cable.
Yes.
A machine that will signal Steam to unleash. So looking forward to the moments. Until then, I'll see you around, I guess. we have a camera to follow me?
Yes, we do. Yes, we will.
I don't
have...
get it. Am I like a TV star or something going to Oscars? Not really.
Yeah, there's a red carpet all the way to the kitchen area. From
Yes, we've set it all out. Benny's got that.
But
ready
really,
for sure.
the heroes of the evening, the important people, is the team that creates these fantastic experiences. I'm just here, like, I'm at the helm, but you know, I'm just a guy. So, big thanks really to the creators, to the people who put their sweat into this to make this all happen.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank
have
you,
a great
everybody.
evening
Yes.
or day or wherever you are on the globe, and have fun.
Yes, we'll see you in the kitchen for the release of the West Balkans Release. Chat,
Okay.
thank you again so
Bye.
much. Do not go anywhere. We're going to let Pavel disappear now to the kitchen, and we're going to be here with you just for a little bit while longer, I believe, once we get Pavel on the way. But I think in the meantime, we've got some business that we've forgotten about.
Oh
right?
yeah,
We're gonna
you
give away.
brought out a few keys with you, right, to give away.
I bought some keys, and not just my car keys,
we
but
have
actually some keys
we
for
have
the West
camera
Balkans
guy.
too. Look at this, I like
the
this.
quality and the smoothness of the video is not that really great today.
It's perfect.
Next slide, please.
Next slide. We love it. So we'll chat while you're waiting here for the release. We're going to do a giveaway. We have 5 keys. I think it's 5 keys. We have 5 keys to give
Up
away.
to you, Alex. You can
for
make
the
it
West
1,000
Balkans
if you want.
DLC. What? That's a lot of pressure, man. I don't know. The chat's gonna go crazy if you say 1,000. Oh my goodness. So let's get that giveaway started. Let's get that going while we're
Okay.
waiting here.
What's gonna be
So
the
it's a quick
keyword? What's gonna be
question.
the keyword?
Do you know what?
I
Everybody
would go.
was
Yeah, I'm thinking the same way, man. I mean, I would go for banana.
just banana. Should we just go with banana?
A banana split together.
Banana split?
Banana split all together. 2 words together.
Banana
like
split.
The
one
chat
word.
was training for this moment, though. Like
They were.
few minutes
They were
back.
They were rehearsing. Okay, chat. Banana split, all one word, is the key word to enter the giveaway. We got 5 keys to give away. So if you would like to be in with a chance of winning a West Balkans
Chat, you better
DLC
drop
key,
that. You better drop that keyword in the chat, because like this time we are not going to give much of a time for you to contribute.
Nope.
We have to. You know, we have a DLC to release in a few minutes. So
We will, yeah. So when should we pull the giveaway? Like before the speech or afterwards? I guess afterwards would be the best.
up to you. I mean,
We'll do it in the wrap up.
let's give them
We'll do it in the
till 7, and then
Yep.
we can like randomly pick them, or
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll see how we go. Okay,
I can
sounds
see
good.
a
We'll
lot
chat.
of people. A lot of people in the fan zone, as we call it here.
Hi everyone. It's good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, loads of people there enjoying their drinks. But yeah, chat really quickly. If you want to win yourself a copy of the West Balkans DLC, banana split is the keyword, all one word. Make sure you have your Twitch whispers on, so I can send you your key after the stream. And yeah, just that's about it. You just need to type the word once. Banana split is your keyword. And we'll get your giveaways.
What was that with the banana split anyway? Like they saw a billboard with like ice cream.
I think there was
or-
a shop or billboard
Shop,
that had a
okay.
banana split, and everyone just started going crazy. Banana split and split. So
Chet,
Yeah.
you're just amazing. Like you spot a random thing, like usually connected somehow to food, and you just like go crazy about it. I love you. I love you guys.
it's great. Yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining us. We're just moments away here really from the release of the West Balkans DLC, which is all very, very exciting. You see all of our team here taking photos, enjoying the food, enjoying each other's company, and enjoying the atmosphere as well. So it's great to see everybody enjoying themselves. Of course, still a work day as well. So everyone's been working hard and just now relaxing a little bit after everything. So all very, very exciting. Almost 3K viewers, is that true?
Ooh,
It is.
okay.
Dang. Hello everyone. Welcome along. We're not too far away from the release of the highly anticipated West Balkans DLC for Euro Truck Simulator 2. I know you're all very excited. If you want to try get your hands on one banana split in the chat, that's the word I thought.
What are these driving doing? Like, sir, can you move your car a bit, please?
Got lots of drinks there on selection. The famous SCS software cups. We love to see it. Oof. I can feel that stream lagging a little bit. We're doing our best here, chat, to bring you the best images we can, but I think there's a lot of people on the Wi-Fi, so we're doing our best. We'll do our best here to bring the best images for you. Alright, chat, we're going to give you to 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock for the release. So a couple more minutes till we do the giveaway. And then we'll choose our winners if we have some time to do it beforehand, if they still haven't gathered round for the speech, and then we'll work our way from there. But yeah, we really hope that you've enjoyed this stream.
It was also amazing. Like we were drying here for like 3 hours already.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've seen so many places, so much of different, you know, views and everything, but we still like driven only like part of this, like, you know, coastal area of the DLC.
Barely explored
like
it, right?
Yeah, we could like barely explore it. Look at how grey the DLC still is, like unexplored, unvisited.
Yeah. So. Dang, that's cool. All right, 1 more minute, chat. 1 more minute. Banana split is the keyword for the giveaway. Banana split. 1 word. We've got 5 keys to give away. I'll take your usernames. Make sure you have your Twitch whispers on. That's the DM system here on Twitch. If you don't have it on, I can't send you your key. So make sure you do have that on, and I'll get it to you ASAP. Of course, there's some things I will need to do after the stream, so it may not be instant, but I will do my best to get it to you as fast as possible, chat. 1 more minute. Alright, 30 more seconds, chat. 30 more seconds to enter. Do not delay. This is your one and only chance. So many banana splits in the chat, man. What have we done? Created some sort of monster.
I have to Google. I have to Google that up later. Like what's banana split actually?
You don't know what it is?
I've heard, like I actually seen someone was like posting the description of it in the chat. So I've seen like it's an ice cream. It's basically an ice cream.
Ice cream with just like a banana that's been.
But I need to look it out, and like I want to see an image of it.
I see. Okay. All right, chat. 10 seconds till we roll that giveaway. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the giveaway is closed. No more entries. No more entries, chat. That's it. We're done there. We're gonna roll our winners here in a second. I'm not sure if Pavel is about to do a speech or not.
I searched it up on my phone meanwhile, and yeah.
Okay.
Looks great.
Oh, he's waiting for it.
Yeah, let's
he's waiting for a giveaway? Okay,
yeah,
sorry, I didn't realize he was waiting. Okay, really quickly, chat.
Pick them quickly. 5 winners. Let's go.
Ready? Here we go. We're gonna go really fast. Big GG to everyone that's won. First winner.
Don't hurt your fingers, man. We all know your famous drum rolls.
Bruntillis is our first winner. Not even time for drum rolls today. GG Bruntillis.
Chat, switch the spamming from banana split to GG, please.
Bronator, congratulations, you've won yourself a key. TS Martins, congrats, you've also won yourself a key.
2 more. The hard nicknames, right?
The hardest names possible.
And the last one. And the last one is.
Winner. Oh my goodness. Durkadzantp_99. Congratulations. You all won a key. That's Bruntellis, Bronator, TS Martin, Luz Nasida, and Durkatsina P_99. You've all won yourself a West Balkans.
You good? You good? Sounds like you have a seizure there.
I'm fine. But let's go over to Pavel. I apologize, everybody waiting. I
waiting for us.
I'll be quiet now. I'll be quiet.
Tak si nám tam vykecá, on mi řekne. Může. Tam.
So, hello everybody. Good evening. Thanks for appearing in such huge numbers here in our event zone. Here we are again, releasing a major map DLC, this time for Euro Truck Simulator 2. The camera is showing the team and not so much the food because mostly it's been consumed already. But we had a good evening here together, shared the great times. It's time to celebrate, it's time to say thanks to everybody that contributed to another major milestone in SCS Software's history. I'm not sure I'm able to name all the teams from research, the 3D guys, the 3D assets creators, the map team themselves, testers, vegetation guys, animation guys, programmers of all kinds, the support, our fantastic assistants, the gym trainer, everybody has contributed to make this possible, to make the team healthy and survive the development process. Thank you all. We have to say big thanks also to people from the outside who contribute, who give us the feedback, the insight. Usually many of the fans know so much about what we do that they can really bring valuable advice. We have volunteer beta testers, we have open beta testers, we have people helping with the translation. Thank you all. Thank you. Thanks to our fantastic community, the people who have our game as a hobby, as a way of life in a way. It's great to have such a hardcore and such friendly, non-toxic community, the best community we can have. So I'm not going to talk too long. Here we are together with the lead of the team, with Prokop, to press the big red button and to celebrate. Prokop, any words in addition to what you said in the stream already?
I'm just so glad it's over.
I imagine everybody is. And tomorrow is the next day, right? And new deals. So life goes on. Today, here we are. Let's celebrate and let's clap our hands and say thanks to everybody that made it possible. Thank you, guys. Now I'm not really a cheerleader, but let's go and let's press the big red button, right? Usually we do it like a team effort, like everything. You have some of the team members who are courageous enough to step forward and get ready for pressing the button. Just countdown. Team effort. 10. Team effort. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Go!
A ne, si povídej něco, nebo nepovídej. Cože?
No, výborný.
And that's it.
Ooh, yeah,
That's
baby. That's
it.
what we've been waiting for. That's what it's all
That's
about.
it. The DLC is out.
That's it. Dang. The West
Confetti
Balkans
has
DLC.
been blown.
Champagne popped. If
Yeah.
you're still here, the West Balkans DLC for your Truck Simulator 2 is now officially released on Steam. Thank you so much, everybody who's joined us for today on the stream. It's been an absolute pleasure. And now is the time for you to get out there and just get trucking. There's so much to explore. 8 countries and just so many cities and villages and towns. Fantastic. Honestly, you're
all
going to
the
have a great
dogs.
time.
Count all the doggos.
Report back to us how many dogs there are
Yeah.
and how many banana split signs you see. Okay, very important information and feedback
Yes.
we need. But no, seriously, chat. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. We want to thank you to all of our special guests that also joined us on the stream. That goes without saying, Tomasz, Prokop, Pavel as well, and of course Namiro. Thank you for being by
Always a
right-hand
pleasure, man. Thank you as well.
Yeah. Also, thank you to Benny and Chenda behind the scenes, and of course to Peter and Darius as well for also being with us, moderating the chats and the production as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you, everybody. If you really enjoy the West Balkans, again, make sure to go and give it a positive review on our Steam store page. It means a lot to us, and we hope you really enjoy trucking around the West Balkans. Share with us all your photos and videos on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, get cruising the Balkans, the World of Trucks event, which has started now. Earn in-game rewards, help the community reach 300 million kilometers. I'm pretty sure that's like to Mars and back. I don't know how far that is. That's a lot of miles, but you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And of course, the personal goals that come with it as well around the West Balkans and the road to the Black Sea as well. So we appreciate you all. Chat, thank you once again. Nimo, is anything else that you would like to add to those comments?
Maybe just that stay tuned to our social media platforms and also to our Twitch channel, because soon we will be continuing what we love to do. So that means coming back with more streams and more fun for you as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely, could not agree more. So, from myself and from Nimo and all the team at SCS Software, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening trucking around the West Balkans. But before we disappear, we are going to quickly raid somebody. Darius has already chosen somebody.
That's gonna be
it's gonna be a big raid. We tried to raid him last time.
Darius, are you in the chat, or are you already drunk at the party? Oh,
he's there.
He's there.
We're raiding
okay.
James D Gaming. We tried to raid him last time.
Chat. Hold on, chat. Don't forget, the moment we raid someone, all of you have to write into their chat banana split.
Banana split.
Yeah.
Raid with the word banana split. You gotta do it.
That's rule.
Do it, chat. That is rule number 1. Okay. Join us there. Join us at James D Gaming's channel. They're trucking in the West Balkans as we speak as well. Go give them a lot of love.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a big raid.
Once again, thank you everybody so much. See you over there with the banana split.
Oh yeah.
Until then, take care and have a great day of trucking. See everybody.
Bye.
Bye.